Ellensburg.
Allensburg, gotcha.
Talking to Archdeacon Sigmund von Tolberg. This man you know to be the leader of the order. And he has beseeched you with a certain task. One that is usually only restricted for magistrates. But due to the magistrates being just far too busy and far too spread out to follow through with this current job, he has asked you.
Forgive my ignorance, is that a learned member of the clergy or just a higher ranking member of the clergy?
Magistrates?
Yeah.
They are members of the order that hunt other members of the order that have fallen to the abyss.
Okay.
Oftentimes when a magistrate does their job, sometimes it leads to nothing. Sometimes people use that opportunity to ditch the order, get hired for a task, and then never return. Other times, it's for the worse. And the darkness that they so sought to destroy ends up consuming them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been nearly a week and a half since they have heard from a hunter known as Sean McDougan, who was sent to a place called Ventlshaag, in the middle of the Devonshire moors. He has not returned, nor has he sent any type of word, whether the job that he was sent to do was completed, or whether it is even worth his time.
Was he a magistrate being sent out?
No.
Okay.
He was just an average man, an average hunter. He has sent with you aid on this mission, considering that magistrates are usually the most highly trained members of the order and the ones that last until a quote-unquote retirement. So you being somewhat fresh, he has sent with you...
Hannah?
Hannah?
Mm-hmm. Hannah?
Anna who?
Hannah.
Hannah who?
Just Hannah.
Just Hannah.
Just
Hannah who? From Whoville?
And she is a...
Pit fighter? Yeah.
Give me a little physical description, you know what I'm saying?
She's got blonde hair, blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Their youth, got it?
long eyelashes. That was my descriptive one that I got. She's about 5'8" and about 120 pounds.
Okay. The opposite of Alger Solberg. Raven black hair, brown eyes, fat as fuck. What am I? I'm like 270 pounds and 5'10".
Hey,
And a fake leg.
Slave. That's how she ended up in the pit fighters.
Clipped ear.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm an asthmatic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is the clipped ear not the one you roll for the extra fate point? You got asthmatic?
I got weak lungs. I'm an asthmatic.
She's just like me.
Yeah.
How sweet.
Out with the blonde hair and blue eyes.
All right. And like I said, 3 days ago, you were settling up on a coach that was going to take you to this village of Ventlshaag. And now you listen to the crack of the reins and the whinnying of a horse as the Devonshire moors spreads out in all directions around your carriage. You are on a simple stretch of partially groomed road that kind of weaves its way through the mangroves. The smell is of dank must and mold. Permeates the air and the very inside of the coach that you guys are in.
So dank.
Anything you guys wish to be doing?
So they threw me in this pit, and there was already a lion in there. There was already a tiger in there. And this guy, he's just standing there. And he looks confused. I don't know what the fuck he's confused about. I mean, it was blatantly obvious what's supposed to fucking happen. But then, so that happened. And then I got called out of the ring. And apparently I'd been bought by the order. So yeah, that shit happened.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Didn't have to fight a fucking tiger. That's nice.
Yoda provides. Praise God.
You hear from outside on the bench, or the driver's seat of the coach. Amen!
Carry on, brother!
Indeed! And the horse whinnies again, trotting along.
Me sharpening my mortuary sword.
Plus one of the damage.
We're
Oh,
monotheistic. I praise one god, right?
You praise the three.
The
which
three,
is
okay.
Considered to be one, but in 3 parts.
Gotcha. I don't know where they got that from.
You see that the sun is starting to go down. And a fog is rolling in through the mangroves. It's thick. Hard to see through. Roll a scrutinize check.
Should I have my dice out at this point?
That would be
Is this a dice game?
We need dice?
Alger Solberg succeeds at all rolls. I told you this.
I don't think you rolled that for your racial trait.
Failed. I'm not a very observant person. Not very perceptive.
Oh, what are we doing for damage die for weapons? Are we doing our
Doing the
system?
D6.
Okay. I love you. Please come out of the thing. There we go. A perception? No.
Scrutinize.
Or scrutinize, yeah, either way. No.
Trip goes on as normal. As I said, the fog rolls in. Every so often, the coach lurches from left to right. As you can tell, the driver is attempting to, stay the course on this road. And you guys both notice, after 3 days of long travel, numerous camps, and the like, as you guys have been proceeding on towards Devonshire, or the Devonshire moors, you see a old weathered sign across one of the windows, talking about Ventlshaag, just up ahead.
What was that name?
Ventlshaag.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes, Ventlshaag. We are here.
If you say so.
Were you not prepped for our orders?
No, they said go with this guy.
We were lucky. I'm the wisest in the order.
Oh, good.
My intelligence is dog shit, by the way.
A few moments later, you hear the coachman, "Whoa!" and the horses come to a stop. "You're here!"
How about?
Very good. Affix my leg a little better. Strap. Yeah. Hop out on the boar spear.
As you step out, it's got a strange feeling about it as this fog kind of creeps in and the sun begins to set. You can see what looks like this hamlet around you that is quickly becoming what looked like a possible city in the moors, like an honest-to-goodness Townsend. But right now, nobody is on the streets except for a single person lighting torches and numerous lanterns.
So what are we doing here?
Give me a moment. It'll come to me. That's right, we are hunting McDougan. Not truly hunting, you see. He's disappeared. The Order sent him on a mission here, and he has not returned, nor has he sent word.
Okay, it was one of them type deals.
Wits about you. The lantern lighting lady may be a witch.
I'll go ask her for you. I'll kind of go up, wave. Hello?
Yes, dearie?
She seems to be casting a spell!
Is that man with you all right?
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. Where is
Reciting
everybody?
prayers. Nothing that I've memorized, just bullshit.
Oh my god.
Watch over us, Holy Trinity. We're in the depths of the devil.
Where is everybody?
You won't find many people here this time of year.
What are you doing here?
Well, winter's coming, and I live here. I'm too old to be harvesting the moss from the bog anymore.
Shit.
Is this like summer homes for people? Or?
No, it's just during winter, the blood moss doesn't grow to its full potential, so most of the people that harvest it go home.
Blood moss harvesters.
Oh.
Sounds satanic.
I assure you it's not. Well, maybe. Do you think it is?
I am wary. I am weary.
Roll a charm.
Ooh, nailed it.
I would never have guessed. Bloodmoss is used in alchemy, but I never thought witchcraft and devilry.
Alchemy is one step away from witchcraft and devilry. You must be very careful.
But I don't want to be in a place that harvests things for witchcraft and devilry.
She looks at the coachman that has just brought you, just like,
Hold on, let me grab my things. I'm leaving. Just hold a moment.
Oh, look what you've done. You scared off the one person in town.
Another soul saved by Alger Solberg.
Oh, dear Jesus.
the coachman shouts at her as she rushes off to her house. Well, hurry up! I have another stop to be down the road. With that, you hear her door.
Watch her, coachman. She may be a witch.
What?
I'm just saying, you can never be too careful.
You think she's a witch?
She is here with bloodmust harvesters.
Don't worry.
With that, he reaches underneath his seat, sweeps it back, and shows a blunderbuss.
Excellent.
If the old throne is a witch and tries anything funny, I'll make sure to put an end to that.
And he drapes the tarp back over.
Praise the Trinity. The Order provides.
Amen, brother.
Is he hired specifically by the Order, or is he just a coachman?
Well, yeah, he's a coach. He's just a coachman. You haven't seen him before at the Order. But he is getting paid by them.
I want to look around for any lights or movement, listen for any sounds, see if anybody else is here.
As you begin to look around your current surroundings, you do see that there are other places. There's other houses, a few with lanterns in them. Maybe candlelight showing through some what looks like lattice work and slats over windows.
Okay.
One does appear to be large, off in the distance. You can see it has the most windows. And as you listen, you do hear what sounds like voices coming from that direction.
What do you think of that place?
Suspicious.
How does it look suspicious? It's a big house on a hill.
Quite suspicious.
I just thought there might be, like, it's a big house. They
House
gotta
on a
have.
hill, overseeing the town, casting spells from the place atop.
They might own a lot of property in the town. I just thought there'd be people
How did they come upon this property? How are they so successful while everyone else moves away?
by the blood moss they've been harvesting.
Yes,
Oh, dear
exactly.
Jesus.
Now you're onto it, Hanna.
I think there might be people who work cleaning this house or maintenance, you know, that we could talk to.
I admire your naive optimism.
Oh. Well, I'm just saying, like, it sounds like maybe they've seen this guy that we're looking for, whose name I already forgot.
I'll hold my fire.
Okay. Start approaching the big house on the hill.
It's not on a
Checking
hill.
my arm.
Oh, it's not on a hill.
No, it's just in the distance.
Don't put that in there ourselves.
So it's slightly like just a foot above the rest of it. It's atop a mountain. It's highly suspicious.
This will be quite a trek. So with that, you guys start making your way through what looks like some form of town square. It's got a well and a lake in the center. And you can see this is where the majority of the foot traffic takes place around. And right off the way, you do begin to hear, like I said, what sounds like voices. Not loud or rowdy, but it does appear to be what looks like a tavern. Roll an eavesdrop.
Oh, wrong dice.
Nay.
I rolled an 8.
As you guys are proceeding towards this, you hear off to the left the sound of what sounds like horses kind of snorting in their stalls. You can hear it echoing out of what's probably an open door. And then between that and the tavern, you hear what sounds like clink, and somebody cough.
Look at where the noise came from.
Looking through the fog, it's hard to see you, but it does look like possibly another carriage.
What have you keyed onto, Hanna? Blood is just pumping in my ears. I'm fucking ready to go. I hear nothing.
Oh, God. There's a noise over there. I think there's a carriage over there.
A carriage?
Yeah. Maybe it's the one your guy came raiding in on? Or something?
Possible.
Did he come here alone?
I look back. Can I still see our carriage? Have they already moved on?
You see the woman currently loading up what
Okay.
looks like bags of things, like literal, like rough-hewn sacks of just sackcloth, and she's just tossing them into the deal and quickly clambering up.
It appears not.
I'll start walking towards for the possible carriage, maybe.
Hobbling after
This
her.
came from.
A few moments later, you do hear another noise. Sounds like retching.
Hello? You alright?
I'm fine! Leave me alone!
He sounds angry.
He sounds ill.
He sounds ill. Do you need a doctor?
I don't need a doctor, I just need sleep!
Are you drunk?
Very!
I see. Oh, I want to go up and look anyway.
You proceed back. You do see that this is a carriage, and the hitching bars on the front are just stuck in the mud. And they appear to be just caked and coated in just like grime. Probably haven't been attached to a horse in a while. And as you approach the back, you see the source of the noise you heard not too long ago. There's an empty wine bottle that is kind of half buried in the mud that is just clinked off of a rock. You come around the last bit of the carriage, and there's a man sitting with his back leaning up against what looks like a barn wall. And as you proceed through the mist, he looks up and says, I said leave me alone! I don't want to talk to anyone! Don't just stand there!
We come bringing the tidings of the three. Would you not care to hear? May heal your soul.
Are you with the order?
Perhaps. What's it to you? I would just introduce myself as bringing tidings of the three. I don't know. Maybe.
Suddenly, the man books it. And like gets up, knocking a few more wine bottles over, and tries to make it through the darkening night sky and the mist.
I want to try and catch him.
Go for it.
Nope. Fail my athletics.
One.
Critical success. Nice.
Yeah.
He's rushing forward, and you can see what looks like a fence quickly coming into view through the fog. And you see this man going to expertly just jump over this thing despite his drunkenness. You can tell whatever has him on edge about the order has got him really not wanting to deal with it at all. But you're able to power through the mud and grasp him midair, catching him.
I just want to hold him in place. I don't want to, like, attack him or
He
anything.
kind of falls halfway onto the fence. Let go of me! Unhand me!
Why are you running?
I don't want anything to do with you!
Guilty people run! Why are you running?
So do people who want nothing to do with the people that are inquiring about things!
Why would you
Coming out of the
want
mist like that, saying you're from the Order.
We are from the Order.
I'm done! I'm not working for them anymore! I'm
Oh!
not going back!
You're our man!
What?
We were sent to look for you.
McDougan?
No!
Oh.
My name's not McDougan!
And who the hell are you?
I'm just a coach driver!
Oh. What happened to McDougan?
Who's McDougan?
The guy we were sent to look for.
You know. Tell us what you know.
Who's McDougan? What are you talking about?
He's a man.
Was he coming here?
He was
Yes.
here. Should have been here.
Oh, the only person I brought here was a surly man of High Glennian descent. I brought him to this town maybe a couple weeks back. He went about his business, and then things started to happen. I'm not sure what.
Things? What do you mean? Is this the cause of your drinking?
Yes, I told you, I want nothing to do with anything anymore.
Cleanse yourself, my good man.
I did! Didn't you see that pile of vomit back there?
That is cleansing of the body. I speak of cleansing of the spirit and the mind.
Oh, God, let go of me! And he starts trying to pull himself away from your grasp.
Are coachmen tied to the Order?
This one is.
Oh, so...
This one probably has a contract.
Oh. Okay, then I'm not... I'm gonna try and keep hold of him then.
Like I said, the coachman that brought you here is not constantly working for the Order.
Yeah, just a one-time deal. Maybe gets a few others.
Exactly. Due to just the sheer amount of things that the Order has going on its plate right now, they've gone out to outsourcing work to local carriages of Allensburg.
Okay, but this one is strictly for the Order.
Yeah. You know that the Order does have certain people on contract that are just strictly Order coachmen. They also have several boats that you can requisition if you're going over the oceans and seas.
Okay. Like I said, I'm going to keep hold of him. Or try to.
What's your brawn bonus?
My brawn bonus is 6.
Yeah. She's not going anywhere.
Well, you're just gonna hold me over this fence?
You can't abandon your post.
Yes, I can!
No, you can't.
Yes, I can!
You signed a contract with the Order.
I don't care!
You're stuck with us.
Once I get enough money to buy some more horses, I am gone!
So to tie him up and leave him in the...
What? You can tie me up!
We were merely discussing.
I am a man of the Empire!
You're a man
Am
of
I
the
under
Order.
arrest?
You're a man of the Order.
Am I under arrest?
By the Order, right now, for abandoning your duties.
You don't look like a member of the Order.
Fuck
Oh,
off.
but she is.
Okay. You are obviously a member of the Order.
My Christ fucking cross spear.
Just in the fog, standing there.
We mean no harm. We simply must know what happened to McDougan. What things do you know of? What transpired here?
I was taking him around to the places he asked.
Of course.
The things I saw, and then something flashed through the night when we were returning to town from one of these places, and it did things to my horses that I've never knew possible. It exploded from the darkness, and
Did it look like an old crone? I was suspicious of her.
no, it did have long hair though. So fast.
Let's go to the tavern and get you a drink. How about that?
I've got plenty over there.
Okay, then let's go over there and get you
That
another
wine
drink.
bottle I tripped over?
No, that's the one I was just empty with.
Oh, good.
Start leading him back towards the carriage.
He goes, but very reluctantly. You can tell he's waiting for your grip to loosen up so that he can make another break for it.
Ain't happening.
I can't get my wine unless you let go of me.
I will get you your wine.
Yeah.
Grab the bottle.
Drink
pop
up,
the
drink,
cork.
drink up. Stop choking, stop choking. There you go.
Is that what you're doing?
Calm the nerves.
Oh, no.
He reaches out for the bottle.
Just enough to calm your nerves and loosen your lips. Easy.
He watches you kind of around the corner of the bottle, and then you can hear just...
Gluttony is a sin, my good man!
Oh my god.
Gluttony's what you're worried about?
I'm worried about all things that the Trinity is worried about.
Something took the head off of my horses.
Was it you and your gluttony? Were you hungry for horse meat?
Of course not! Those animals were my life! My livelihood!
Yes, yes. It was a foolish, foolish accusation. This long-haired witch you speak of, she took the head off your horse.
I don't think it was a witch.
What could it possibly be?
I don't know. But you Order members are supposed to strike out against the darkness.
Absolutely.
Drive back the shadows.
And I shall!
Then why didn't he?
I don't know!
Why did he sit there and watch as my horses were maimed and brutalized?
He just sat there and watched? The whole time?
Yes, that's what I mean by funny things happening.
Yes,
The Order will pay for new horses for you.
probably.
Good, so I can use them to get to the coast and hop my first boat over to the Highlands.
Yeah, but first you need to ride out of here, and that's where we come in. We'll take you back to the Order, you can get some new horses, by then your contract will be complete and you can go on your way.
Sounds like a fine deal.
Is what she says true?
Absolutely. I have no idea.
Roll a guile.
I was gonna say, I also have no idea. Bing!
Good. Fine. Fine. What else do you wish to know?
McDougan, as he stood there and did nothing, then what? The witch simply slaughtered your horse and left?
Yes.
Suspicious.
Did you see which way either of them went? Both of them.
McDougan?
McDougan
Either
and
or.
the long-haired creature.
The long-haired thing ran back into the bog, howling and screaming.
Just like a witch. My knowledge of
all you know is
supernatural
witches.
things are so low. Yes. Clearly a witch. Long haired. Screaming.
Me and McDougan walked back here. He said nothing.
Gazing in the distance. The 1,000-yard stare.
Yes.
Clearly bewitched.
And then he disappeared from here one night.
Disappeared. Oh, during the night. It's not as though he evaporated into smoke like some sort of vampire.
Maybe he did.
Well,
After what he started acting like after I took him to the boat docks and everything else. All the other things that he witnessed in these lands.
what was he saying?
He said nothing.
I thought you just said all the things he was saying.
No. After the things he had seen.
Oh, he had seen. Forgive me, my hearing is as bad as my legs.
Did you lose that in the war?
Absolutely.
Does it hurt still?
Now,
His toes itch from time to time.
Was that true?
sometimes it feels as if the leg is there, and I reach down to scratch it, and it's nothing but a soup-filled stump.
Soup-filled stump?
Well, absolutely. If you have a hollow leg, what else would you fill it with but hearty soup? Would you like some?
No thanks.
It's okay, I seal the top with bread, keeps it nice and fresh.
I don't believe you.
Fine, more for me and my companion.
If you're done questioning me, I think I have another bottle of booze to get to.
I'd stay indoors. If I were you. Go ahead and take your booze. I would stay indoors with this long-haired creature running around.
I stay in this carriage. It's blessed by the order.
Oh, yeah, that
Wise.
probably the
Quite
safest
wise.
place in town.
Roll an awareness check.
No, sir.
Nope.
Are we done? Are we finished here?
Has anyone else seen the witch? Heard the witch? Have you heard any more noise coming from the bog?
Just random speakings, nothing. The tavern there,
Of course.
the Mossy Turtle, that's where all the moss harvesters go once they're off their shift.
We should check there, see if we can gather any information.
Yes. These suspicious moss harvesters. Dirtying their hands with blood moss. Trust them as far as I can throw them.
With that, he clambers up into his carriage with another bottle. Slams the door.
Thank you.
The three be with you!
Draws the shutters.
To the bar?
To the bar. To the Mossy Turtle.
Yes.
A very suspicious name.
Roll a d6.
1.
You got 4.
Yep.
So who's heading into the Mossy Turtle?
Certainly her first, because I'm slow as shit.
Yeah.
Darling, you are heading up these steps, about ready to open the door to the Mossy Turtle. And something just draws you to look down the way.
Okay. I'll look.
As you look down the road, it looks like a man sitting on horseback. Sitting in the middle of the road, mostly obscured by fog. Sitting there.
Can I try and gather any details on him?
Roll a scrutinize check.
No!
So I'm out of breath and clamoring up. Hannah, why have you stopped?
Look! There's a guy on a horse over there. He's just kind of staring at us. That's kind of weird, don't you think?
Quite suspicious. No.
You look, but all you see is a foggy stretch of road.
Do I still see him?
The fog has rolled in, and it appears as it rolls away, he's gone.
Did the horseman have long hair? Was it headless? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell. The fog's too thick.
Perhaps our vision was bewitched.
Or maybe I'm just hallucinating.
Yes, that could be it too. Shit, then I am hallucinating.
You didn't...
It's quite troubling.
The moon begins to rise over the distant horizon.
I'm gonna walk into the bar.
I saw a person on a horse, right? I just couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you saw
Oh,
it,
you
and
see
then,
it?
like I said,
Okay.
the fog kind of rolls in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when the fog rolls out, he's gone. Nowhere inside. You guys step into the Mossy Turtle, and you see two people. One, a man sitting behind the tavern, or the bar, and another is a man smoking a pipe by the hearth in the opposite corner.
So this place is empty, but two people? Mm-hmm. Word.
The bartender looks up. Oh, hello.
Good day.
You travelers, or
Yeah.
are you on different business?
Business.
Traveling on business.
Yes.
Why have you chosen to stay here?
We're looking for information on a missing compatriot of ours.
Oh. You're with the church. Come sit down.
Holding a spear with a cross, I just can't lie. Maybe we are, maybe we're not.
Definitely. No. No, we're not.
Come
with the
sit.
church. I'll walk and sit at the bar.
The person you were looking for was here.
Well, we know that. Well, looking at to what happened to him.
I was saying. Some people spoke before they left that he was probably beset upon by dragons. Others tend to disagree with that. Well, I'm one that tends to disagree.
What do you think happened?
I have no idea. But I do know one thing. That man wasn't right.
We've heard as much. Did he
He
say
was fine when he
anything
got
to you?
here. First day.
Yes.
Talkative chap. Decent enough. Kind. But every so often he'd come back to ask more questions. Sometimes questions he'd already known the answer to. The things that I have already told him. And then he started looking ill.
How
Pale.
so?
Sick.
Was he eating soup? You should always eat soup if you feel ill.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Someone we talked to mentioned, bad things in the bog. You heard any noises, any strange lights, anything coming out of the bog that seemed somewhat abnormal?
We've had some gas flares, which are normal. But now that you mention it, there was a strange occurrence not too long ago.
Go on.
There was a strange purple flash over the entire valley, coming from the hill.
Where the manor sits.
Dude, is my
It's not a
character
manor.
does my character have any recollection of the previous missions we've been on? Granted that I don't have any of the experience. Because I will refer to Robert. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. But would he understand? Oh, witch stone. Okay. Okay.
I know nothing of this nonsense.
Take Hannah aside. Have you heard of the witch stone, Hannah?
Nope. Not a clue.
Seems very suspicious that this purple flash
This,
is quite possibly caused by a witch stone.
This is stone for witches?
Exactly.
Oh, I see. Makes perfect
I've
sense.
seen it, but I have no idea what it's used for or why. Spot on. Spot on. The townspeople here, they harvest blood moss, I hear.
Yes, that is true.
What entails the use of this blood moss?
Well, it's an alchemical ingredient.
Sure, of course.
Concocts potions that heal many ailments.
Heal. Ailments.
No, it's true. Like, I took some not too long ago. You see, I had quite the issue. I
Happens to all men.
Well, there was a bar fight. No, not that type of issue. There was a bar fight. It went out back, and the tussle, I tried to break it up. We all went into the bog water. I took a big mouthful.
Ooh.
Couldn't leave my chamber pot for 3 days. Until, well, actually, one of the people that works out there in the swamps brought me a potion he had concocted of blood moss. Cured the ailment right up.
But what of this blood moss? What is its use when it's harvested?
Yeah, for potions. So, potions.
Right, his mind seems intact.
Good.
His eyes narrow. I assure you, I'm not insane. I promise you.
Merely concerned. Taking in potions made from this blood moss is what I have deduced as a witchcraft element.
I doubt it, but
I've spent my whole life around it. I don't think so. Yes.
You would say that.
This McDougan, you say he up and disappeared one day.
he did. Yes, he made a few stops. That, talking to the local workers, led him to believe that there was something ill afoot in these locations. He stopped by the first, which was a port, not too far from here. It's been abandoned forever. We told him that,
Interesting.
but he still insisted that he goes. Who he talked to make that suspicious to him, I know not.
But this was before he seemed out of his wits.
Yes.
Interesting.
He came back 2 days later.
2 whole days at the port?
Well, yes.
How far away is the port?
Close to a day.
Oh, well, okay then. It's not nearly as suspicious as I thought. I mean, who just camps out at a port for 2 days? It's bizarre.
Could be, especially an abandoned port.
Yes.
Who stays the night at an abandoned port? Unless
I'm
there's a
considering it.
town nearby? You're considering it?
He went to the port, he went bad. He must follow the trail.
Well, he returned from the port
Yes.
and seemed distracted, as if he couldn't keep his mind focused. Asked questions, just rapidly,
Over.
as if off the top of his head.
Saying questions, merely ramblings, like, what color is your favorite fox? Or what was your childhood pet? What road did you live on as a child? Where's your house?
Some of
How
those
old is your wife?
Never the wife question, but he did ask some of those others. That's what I mean. He seemed addled in the brain. Seemed off.
And not once post-port journey did he consume any soup.
I don't believe so.
I'll make note of this. I'll pull out my scroll and pen and ink.
No soup.
Subject was losing mental control. Did not consume soup. Poor choice.
I believe the two matters to be linked.
Very good. Robin would be proud.
Then after that, he headed off to a cave that we used for storage for this blood moss. Came back and he looked hurt, injured. That was the day before all the workers left. He kept... What?
Is there anything dangerous around those caves?
Not really. Every so often we get packs of wild dogs.
Yeah. How did he look injured?
He was limping. His right leg seemed to be bothering him a little bit.
No, in a town full of alchemical ingredients meant for healing, did he seek medical attention?
No. You see, Wendell is the man that gave me my potion. And Wendell took one look at the man and refused to serve him.
Is Wendell still around?
Yes, Wendell does not leave.
Did you ask him why?
He said he has a strange feeling about the man.
Maybe we should talk to Wendell.
I
Wendell
suppose
might
so.
have a good idea of why he was getting fucked up.
Yes.
If you hang around long enough, Wendell will be in.
Suppose I could rest my stump. Shall we stay here, eat some pie?
Sure.
What type of pie would you like?
Your heartiest of pies.
Meat pie it is.
Sure, yeah.
He goes into the back room, and you can hear him talking to somebody. A few months later, he comes out with what looks like 2 pies that are probably a little bit on the colder side. But he slides 2 of them in front of you.
Is there a grate in the hearth?
No.
No?
Mm.
You have a skillet?
A skillet?
Yeah. Or pan? Pot?
Do I have a pot?
I have a pot.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna heat my pie up on the fire.
Oh, well, yes. Just a moment.
Thank you.
Steps back into the back room. Comes back out with what looks like a little cast iron pot.
Okay. Put my pie in the pot.
I'm already eating my pie.
Nom,
I eat cold soup out of my stump, so there's nothing.
You said
Gotcha.
that guy with the pipe was sitting by the hearth? Yeah, walk it over there. Excuse me. Do you mind if I sit with you a moment? I'll heat up my pie.
Not at all.
Sit it down. So, how's things?
Slow.
So, what are you doing around here?
I harvest blood moss.
I thought all the harvesters left for the season.
They usually do. Not all of them, though.
Oh, I see.
Some stay around.
I see.
Others with more extravagant taste and more ambition tend to leave and find work elsewhere until summer arrives.
I see.
What brings you two here?
We're with the order. One of our men went missing out here. McDougan?
I saw the man.
Yeah? Apparently a lot of people seem to think he was acting incredibly strangely before his disappearance.
I would say that's accurate.
No?
Each day he came in here, which was not every day, but every time that he crossed that threshold, he seemed a little worn out, a little bit more on edge each day.
A lot of people said he was asking very strange questions, or questions that he'd already asked.
Yeah, that is again accurate.
Does he work out in the bog often?
I do.
Notice anything strange out there?
No. A couple of days ago there was a strange purple flash.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Any idea what that could be from? Around here, seeing as you're here all the time?
I imagine lightning.
Lightning being
lightning.
purple?
I've heard of stranger things. I've seen yellow lightning.
True enough. Nope. I think my pie is warm. Thank you. Thank you.
Indeed.
Before I go-
If you learn anything, let me know.
Will do.
I've not inquired as to the appearance of McDougan. Could you give me a quick description?
The bartender leans over and says, well, the first day, he was wearing a finely tailored outfit. You could see that it was for practical use. Showed some signs of combat, wear and tear.
As it should.
It was solid black. He had a hat, kind of on the wider side, one end of it tucked up. The pin in the hat was some form of symbol. I believe it to be a symbol of the 3. He had brown hair. He had no beard, except for, towards the end of where we saw him. Green eyes, I believe. And when he first came in, he was rather well tanned. But then, towards the end, he seemed rather pallid.
Very good. I appreciate it.
The door to the tavern swings open.
Did he always keep his hat on throughout the experience?
Mostly.
Even when he seemed to lose his mind?
It seemed to be a little bit more disheveled, crinkled in places.
But always on his head and always with the emblem.
Yes.
Want to turn and look who came through the door?
What you see is a man in a vest with what looks like a billowy tunic underneath. He has big, tall leather boots that go up to his hips. An earring in one pointed ear on the right side.
Dagger ears.
And it looks like he has tattoos down either side of his shaved head. The bartender looks up and says, "Oh, see? As I said, Wendell would be showing up." The man that entered looks over at you and says, "You know, my hearing is better than that. It's not Wendell. It's Ventlshaag." The bartender coughs. Okay, Wendell?
An exotic name for an exotic pair of boots.
He steps up to the bar. The usual, please. And with that, the tavern owner heads back into the back to get something.
So,
It's not quite exotic, if you come from where I come from. And these boots are not quite exotic either, considering that I have to go slugging around in that bog on a daily basis.
the tavern keep over here tells us that, you refused to supply medical aid to a member of the order.
He looks at Alger, looks at you.
Don't worry, you're not in any kind of trouble for that.
Yeah,
We're just wondering why exactly.
He takes his hand off of his knife, but still keeps it close by to the hilt. When you're of my bloodline, you can tell when something is wrong with someone else. You can see it in their eyes. His eyes were empty, hollow.
Do you know what could cause this emptiness?
Many things. Many sicknesses. None of the body, though.
Does it have something to do with that purple flash, you think?
I imagine so.
What do you know of the purple flash?
I know that it's not normal. I know that when that happened, all of nature silenced for a full day. Why? Are you all here to investigate it?
Yeah, we're looking for him.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. But I'll be leaving in the morning.
Tavern owner says you never leave.
I usually don't.
Why are you leaving this time?
Because I think this is the end of this town. Whatever's happening, the workers will not return. I don't think there will be anything to return to.
So your kind's kind of in tune with the nature thing, yes?
It's a crude way of putting it, but yes.
Well, has there been any noticeable difference in the natural balance of things in the bog?
Yes.
Do you know where it stems from? She just dumped her entire toy box.
I believe the man you're looking for.
Oh, so it's like moving. You could help us track this.
I'll go so far as to take you to a place that sealed the deal on me leaving this place.
That sounds good.
The order provides. Praise the Trinity.
You can see the disgust across the elf's face.
You not like
Not
the
a
food?
believer, I see.
No. No.
Why not?
I worship all the gods.
But let me ask you this. Do you partake in soup?
Yes, of course. What does that have to do with anything?
I like you. What was your name again?
My name? Ventlshaag.
Ventlshaag. Fine name for a fine soup eater.
Well, thank you. When would you like to go?
What time is it about right now?
I'd say probably about 6:30, around 7.
In the afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning? I don't want to be wandering around the bog at night. That sounds like a shitty deal.
It would be.
Then it is settled. Will you stay here long enough to see us through tomorrow morning?
Yes, this is where I stay. I have a room up top.
How much do rooms cost around here?
2 gold.
I will be staying in the carriage with the coachman.
I will cover my friend.
Oh, thank you.
The bartender emerges from the back. It appears he has some form of silver goblet. And this appears to be very ornate. And passes it over to the elf. The elf thanks him and puts down 4 gold pieces.
4 gold for a drink and 2 for a night's stay. My God, what are you drinking?
This is a concoction from my people. Would you care to try some?
I believe I would.
I don't think I've ever had anything that costs that much in my life.
He slides it over.
Is it all right for a man of my nature to drink such a concoction?
We can find out.
From a man who eats soup, I'll trust it. And I'll take a small sip.
It just tastes like super sugary wine.
It is delicious. Your kind drinks this regularly? What a
Often
fine
enough.
people. I would love to visit your lands.
Well, our lands were mostly taken
Taken? By whom?
by the Empire.
Disgust. Do I work for the Empire? Is the Empire? Clearly an oversight.
Perhaps.
I do
Takes some
apologize
drink
for
back.
my people's behavior.
Oh, that's much appreciated, but we make do. Then he takes another sip.
Is it always served in such a fine goblet?
Yes, it has to be.
Why?
Because the goblet is the secret of the drink.
How?
He aims it towards you. See? It looks like a murky amber liquid. Then when he pours it out, it's water.
Magic drinks. Oh, yeah, sure.
And they're just thinking like, some call it magic. Others call it the way of the natural order.
How is that natural?
I would begin to explain it, but I don't believe someone of your ilk would enjoy it very much.
Good point. Probably not.
I'm a scholarly man. Try myself.
Well, you see these numerous different metals.
I'm inspecting it. Is it just like solid silver or?
No, it's like silver goblet, and it has like traces of gold and other metals that you haven't noticed, like bronze, copper. And in between each of these lines, you see what looks like a fine sparkling dust.
Is it purple?
No, it is not purple. This transmutates things. You see these metals perfectly structured in this manner. Helps to alter certain things' properties.
When you're done with that drink, can I see your cup?
If you wish.
Yeah, I do.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm
You
gonna
can't steal it.
No, I'm not
Oh,
going
of
to
course
steal
not.
it.
A woman of the order? Stealing? Although, perhaps they have done that with your land. I digress.
So, we're just going to awkwardly stare at each other? Or are we going to strike up a conversation?
I enjoy both. I will leave it to you.
That he drinks another sip.
I'll watch that cup, waiting for it to be empty.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
It turns water to amber. What if I were to pour an ale inside?
Well, there's water in ale, so it would turn it into my drink.
Interesting. Transmuting it, as you said.
Yes. Transmuting.
Yes, muting.
Would you care for a sip now?
You must try it, Hannah. It is delicious.
Not that
It is the sweetest wine you have ever had.
Look, are there windows on the in front of it? I want to look out the window.
Roll a scrutinize check.
I can't rush to the door. I'm a fucking cripple. The horseman!
No.
8.
Wait. Yeah.
8.
Nice.
As you guys look, you do see what looks like a horseman ride by. and appears that the person is wielding some sort of curved blade.
I'm going to rush to the door. A curved blade wielding horseman bartender! What have you heard of this?
Well, I've heard nothing of it.
Crack in the door.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I see him. Is he gone?
Gone.
So shut the door and hobble back in.
Might stay in the coach tonight anyway.
You mean that poor drunkard's coach?
Tis blessed by the order.
True. But with the things he's done in there, I doubt it's blessed anymore.
Things he's done in there.
Yes.
What do you do?
He doesn't even leave to shit.
Oh. That's gross. We left to vomit. Does that count?
Darling, I think you just simply saw him in happenstance while he was outside of his coach. When the need to vomit came.
It's possible.
What about you? Are you aware of any curved blade wielding swordsman?
I've heard stories, but not truly like I've heard of the Dragoons of the Empire.
Yes. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Did what's his face?
McDougan.
Who? Dugan. Did he speak to you?
Was it McDougan?
Right?
Or-
Not Father McDougan, no. Sean McDougan.
It is McDougan, though. Okay.
Did he speak to you before he split empty?
No, I was not here when he came into town.
Oh.
These potions you craft from the blood moss, you use your transmuting to perform them
Sometimes, yes.
in the goblet?
No. This is my drinking goblet. But I do have other implements and tools that are necessary for transmuting things. What?
Really
Asking an
inquiring.
awful lot of questions.
I am simply impressed by your metallurgy and craftsmanship. Do you craft them yourself?
God, no. No, but that does come from some of my most finest smiths.
I see.
From the elvish people.
What brings you to such an area that you bring your fine trinkets and alchemical?
I get a free
Tools.
cut of the blood moss to practice my alchemy with.
You are simply a man of your craft.
Yes.
Admirable.
This goblet do it.
Yes, there is no empty.
Okay.
He slides over the goblet to
I'm
you.
gonna drool in it.
It becomes an amber liquid.
I'm gonna drink it.
Tastes sweet, like a sweet sugary alcohol.
Delicious, is it not, Hannah?
A little sweet for my taste.
The elf picks up his cup, gets up from his seat at the bar, starts meandering over to you, grabs a piece of your clothing that is still attached, and wipes out the goblet.
Sorry, had to check.
It's fine.
I'm going to bed. Just where is bed? I'm gonna hunt down the tavern keeper.
You still there? You're just sitting there waiting for.
We want a room. He's buying.
Oh.
Which room?
Oh, no. No members of the Order and worshippers of the Tree will pay in my bar.
Oh, good. Okay.
A room will be provided for as long as you stay here.
Here, the order provides, praise the Trinity.
And the elf says, I believe that's my cue. And he gets up and saunters upstairs.
Damn, I would have loved to hear more of his lands.
I'll follow him up and take note of which room he's in, just in case.
First door on the left when you reach the top of the stairs.
Go back down. Which room? Which room?
Pick any of them.
Oh.
They're all open.
Okay, just pick one at random.
Nate?
Yeah, I'll head up to sleep. I'm gonna prop the door closed with my boar spear so no one can come in. Is there a window to this place?
Yeah, there's a window to your room. As you're heading up the stairs, you hear the man that was by the hearth
Ouch.
cough for a few moments, clear his pipe, probably on some rocks. Well, Melvin, I'm heading home for the night as well. Wish those members of the Order good luck. And I will see you on the morrow. That you hear the door swing open. Roll an eavesdrop.
Nailed it. 9. I scurry to my window.
As you look out the window, you can see the old man emerging from the front of the tavern. And he appears to be kind of wrestling with his pipe, trying to get it in a pocket of his pants. And as he emerges forward, you do see what looks like a horseman riding down the road.
Towards this man? Okay.
Yeah. You see the blade is still in the person's hand. Mm-hmm. But there's also something else, which looks like a long pole with what looks like a U-shaped piece on it.
Big enough to be like a man catcher? My good man! Look out!
He swings to look up at you.
Not me, the road!
Roll it. This will be a charm.
Okay.
Or not a charm, sorry. Leadership.
Oh, well, either way, I think it's a fail. Yeah.
Love you, bugger. Good night.
Night, Hannah.
Did you get it?
No, fail.
As I said,
How tall is this window? My second story up?
yeah.
Okay.
He swings over to look at you. Just in time, you hear the horse that the horseman is riding whinny. A very strange, ululating, ragged whinny. The man spins back around, just as the man catcher slips around his neck. You hear a quick as he falls back into the mud, and the horseman rides off, dragging him through the mud.
I rush to the door. I grab my spear. I'm looking out the window. Is there any chance of me hucking this spear at the horseman?
You can definitely try.
All right, I will absolutely
roll it
try.
at a 20.
Okay. Oh, 4 over.
Oh, no. You do have those.
Yeah, fuck it. We got him. Is a 90 good? Yes! At a 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
You rear back. You're at the window, yes?
Yeah.
You take a few steps and do like a weird sideways whip of the spear instead of going over the top, which would hit the top of the window frame. You fling it out. You see the boar spear spinning. And you strike the tail end of the horseman's horse. Again, that heinous sound from the horse. And it begins to sidestep, prancing down the road, giving the man time to slip out of the man catcher.
Nice.
And he begins to crawl his way down the street, picking himself up. He makes it back into the town, running towards the torchlight after pushing himself up to his feet. You can see the horseman spin about, staring for a moment, before turning and...
I'm loading up shot into my cannon. I don't have a cannonball, so it's going to be wicked dangerous.
And then the horseman disappears into the fog.
Oh, okay. Hannah!
But
Get out of here, Hannah!
oh Jesus!
Is my spear stuck in the horse?
Roll a chaos die. Show me 3 or above. Okay.
3.
Splack! And it lands in the mud as the horseman disappears.
Stuffing my cannon, hobbling down the stairs. Hannah, let's go!
Guess I'm coming out.
As you come out, you see Alger stumbling down the steps with his fake leg or fake foot,
Running to catch up. What's
flopping
going on?
like a clog on the way down.
Where are we going?
The horseman was back! He tried to stake the pipe smoker, but I stabbed him with my spear. It was an epic throw. Quite incredible. Robert would be proud.
The fuck is Robert?
It's not important. He's my master. He's an incredible teacher. Taught me everything I know.
I hope Bridger hears.
Yes, he needs to come back.
With that, as you guys are heading down the stairs, you kind of slowly making your way with your leg, Hannah behind you. The man stumbles back into the door.
Good man, are you all right?
That thing almost took me.
Did you get a good look at him?
Yes, it was horrible. It was like a fleshless horse.
I'll go get Wendell. Yeah, go back up the stairs.
What's his real name? Wendemir?
Vendahill.
Vendahill. Vendahill. Use his proper name!
Whatever.
He does have respect.
You see that the old man is now, coughing up little bits of blood, speckling the floor.
The man, was he wearing a hat?
No, not that I saw. That was quite the throw. That was you?
Yes. You saw that?
Through the fog and everything.
I'm quite impressed myself.
That's all I know. As I said, I just saw that the horse looked fleshless.
Made a hideous sound. It was nothing natural.
Yes, that sound. I believe it will haunt me for quite some time.
A good man. See the bartender. Get yourself a cup of soup. I'll pay.
With that, the bartender is quickly rushing to the aid of the man. And they begin to, talk. Hush. What was it? What happened? And the old man begins to regale him with the tale of how he, was suddenly grabbed on his way home through a foggy night by some horseman.
Tell him about the part where I threw the spear. Did you tell him about the part where I threw the spear?
Oh, it was an amazing throw.
Incredible.
From the second story of your building as he was carrying me off into the bog.
Guided that throw.
Have I been healed by this point?
Knocking on the door?
Yeah.
What?
We need medical attention downstairs! Right away!
The door opens. What type of medical
Grab him and
attention?
start running downstairs.
Wait, I need my things if I'm to provide...
Go get your things!
My word. It's no wonder you all took my land. Steps back in. You can hear a few bottles clink here and there.
Now,
And he comes back out with what looks like a leather pouch.
I did nothing to take your land. I took no part in it. You cannot blame me for it.
Sure. And then he starts heading down the stairs.
I'm gonna go hobble out and find my spear. Cannon at the ready. Yeah.
Swinging your cannon back and forth.
How dare you!
As you are making your way towards the section of town, you see that it was the same pathway that led by the coachman, such as here's the tavern, here was the coachman, here was that barn he was sitting up to, and he was making his way past that barn when you were able to stick him with your spear. The man leans out of the coach. Is everything all right?
It is now, thanks to me.
Good. That pulls the shutters back down. And out comes a person from this barn.
The barn? Oh,
The doors swing open. You see that it is well lit with what looks like maybe 4 horses in about 9 different stalls. And the person that comes out is wielding a pitchfork in one hand and what looks like a farrier's hammer in the other. What's going on out here?
This is a natural horse and horseman. He tried to steal the pipe smoker from the bar.
Just now?
Just now! Did you not hear the horse whinnying? It was heinous!
Oh, I did. All of my horses hated it.
I would imagine. It's quite foul.
Each one reacted as if their blood was cold.
I felt it myself. Split me to my very core. Nonetheless, I gathered my courage and hurled my spear at the horse and saved the pipe smoker's life.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
Did you see the man on the horse?
Not clearly. All I know is he was not wearing a hat.
But you remember the order?
Go on.
Are you?
Oh, am I a member? I heard you say, do you remember the order? I'm thinking, yes, of course, it is a common thing that we all know of, but forgive me, my ears are as bad as my legs.
Are you?
Yes, yes.
Well, then can you pay for the horse that your man took several days hence?
How many days ago was this?
4, maybe?
4 days ago. The man in the hat.
He wasn't wearing a hat at that
Wasn't
point.
wearing his hat. Oh, McDougan, what have you got yourself into? Yes. How much does a horse cost? The horse that he stole, specifically.
3 gold.
3 gold. That's absolutely. I'm digging in my pockets. I need to start writing this down. We got 4 gold for the room.
We're not paying
we
for
didn't.
the rooms.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So we probably didn't pay for food or any of that.
Nope.
Okay. So
All
just
in the
this,
house.
Just this 3 now. Okay. My deepest apologies. As you say, a man of the order, but he seems to be out of his wits. We've come to find him to, I suppose, apprehend or perhaps even kill him. I would rather not. I would like to believe that he is under some spell and there is yet hope in saving the man.
Well, I wish you luck on that, but thanks for paying for that horse. And he sticks it into a little coin pouch on his belt. You hear no jingles.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I must be off. I must find my spear.
All right.
Be on your guard. The three be with you.
Absolutely. And with you.
Yes, thank you.
You see it there, lying in the mud.
I'm keeping watch out the tavern window.
With what? Just shouting in case something goes... Do you have a gun?
No, I don't have
Do you have a bow and arrow?
No.
Crossbow?
No.
Good.
I'm all engaged melee. Well, yes, the fire-hardened spear has reach. Oh, yeah, I can throw things. Not well, but I can throw things.
I throw things.
So.
Oh.
There's more.
I know, I'm lazy.
Have some coffee.
I will.
With that, the strange whinny comes again. Louder this time. But echoing over the valley.
You look.
You look?
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Show yourself, vile creature!
It's far away. You can, like I said, you can hear it echoing over the valley.
You do not dare return! This town is under the protection of the three!
And with that, you hear a scream.
Same direction. It's just echoing all over. Okay.
Same direction.
Can I see the blade of my spear before I pick it up?
Absolutely.
Does it look odd in any way?
It appears to be covered in blood.
Okay. I'll just pick it up. I wonder if I got... Nah, I'll wipe it off from my pack.
Yeah. Step outside and look around again. Try and get a better view on things.
Roll a scrutinize check.
Critical success. With
Critical
22.
success. 22?
Nice.
As you are out, kind of staring out through the fog, you do notice that on the northern portion of the town, over some what looks like mangroves and swampy bog, you do see a hill that rises. And there you can even see, as the moon illuminates this upper terrace of land, that the trees are no longer mangroves. These look like some sort of conifer. And you see a large castle stretching up into the night sky. And just for the briefest of moments, you see a purple flash in one of the windows.
Window!
No answer comes.
Fender Hill?
Oh, fuck. Close enough. The elf emerges from the door. What?
Is that always been there?
The castle? Yes.
Oh.
That's where the purple flash came from.
Yeah, there was just one just now. There, one now. Now. Right now. Yeah, see?
Well, good luck with that. And he turns and steps back into the bar.
Hobbling back into the bar.
Hey! Look. The castle on the hill?
Yes.
Purple flashes in there.
No!
One of the windows.
That's right where the horseman ran to, is it not?
Someone, that's where you, it's
In that
close to where you
general
heard
area.
that noise.
Okay.
We should investigate it.
Absolutely.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Yes.
You guys step back in, and you can see that the old man is drinking some form of, like, steaming concoction that the elf has produced. You see that the tavern keeper is helping, getting boiled water. He's kind of, doing his best to coddle probably one of his patrons that lasts the longest. You can see possibly an old friendship there. And what would you guys like to do from there?
Check on Pipe Guy. Doing alright.
I think so. This tea or whatever it is quite nice, soothing to the throat.
What kind of cup is it in?
It just appears to be in a wooden mug.
Oh, okay. Good. You staying here tonight?
Yes, now.
Good. I'm off to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Do you need some soup? Did the barkeep get you soup as prescribed?
The barkeep is... yes, it's coming right now. I'm just heating it up.
Thank you, my good man. Nothing better than hot soup to soothe the mind.
Fills the cracks of the soul. What do you do, Nate?
I'll give off. Is the elf still here?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't give off a shouty prayer out of respect for his hate for the three.
He won't know the difference anyway.
You're dead. I'm gonna ask the elf. This concoction you're serving him, is that the tea he's drinking from the wooden cup?
Yes.
So you made this out of a similar contraption to your goblet, yet when you poured it out, it retained its transmuted form.
It did, yes.
Incredible.
Well, I didn't make it in a goblet, per se.
But something of a similar structure, with
Yes.
the metallurgy and the fanciness and the shiny.
Yes, but after it's done making, I just keep it in the bottle.
Ah, but yes, you can pour it out of its vessel, and it retains its shape.
Yes.
Its form. It's incredible. It's incredible. We have much to learn from you.
Well, if you find one of our traveling bands, perhaps you will learn quite a bit. Just be careful, they're wary of outsiders.
No, understandable, given the history that I have just now become aware of.
What if Robert knows about this?
Robert would not stand for such treatment. Will you be staying up, accompanying Pipe Man as he heals?
I'll make sure the concoction does his work.
Do you regale me with a tale of your lands?
If you so wish.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing would make me happier.
Do you sit down, watching in rapt attention?
Oh, yeah, were you asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
He talks about how once they roamed all of the forests, and they were the keepers of it, the wardens of the woods, long back, when they worshipped gods that they had forgotten the name of. And he tells you the tale of a young elf boy who was able to tame, for but a moment, the Bear of the North.
Bear of the North.
Yes, one of the great titans.
Incredible. A titan? He can tame a titan? Even for
Just-
but a mere second.
Just for a moment.
Incredible.
Just long enough for his love to escape the lands of the barbarians.
Quite romantic. I'm a sucker for such a romantic tale.
Well, as am I. But he goes on to tell you that the group, or the pair that once loved each other, they were from different tribes of the elf nation, and their love was doomed to failure. So they left, disappearing off into the mountains to the east. I was trying to think west or east. No, it would be east. And as legend goes, they're still up there, tending to each other's needs, loving one another.
So though he tamed the bear titan for a second to let his love escape, he himself made it out?
Yes, he made it out as well.
Must have been quite heroic.
I can only imagine if the story is true. Our people are good with animals.
But to tame the Titan of Wrath is truly a tale.
It is quite a feat.
I appreciate the story. It soothed my soul. We should probably get some sleep. In the morning, we are to head to the castle. Is that perhaps where you were going to take us in the morning anyway?
No. I was taking you to a storage cave.
Where the blood moss is stored.
Yes. A nice damp location so the moss doesn't dry out.
Of course. Well, I'll have to speak to my companion, but perhaps we may stop at the cave first. That is, where we've heard McDougan had ventured before during his loss of his mental capacity. And then we will go to the castle. How far away is the cave?
No, but an hour away.
No, good. And there will be time. I do not dare approach that castle at dark. Not after what I've seen tonight.
No, that would be very unwise.
Indeed. Well, thank you again. I must bid my leave and rest.
Good night.
Good night. I'm going to pass the pipe man and smack him on the back. Do you feel better now that you have soup in you?
Yes.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I'm sure it's not the concoction.
Probably 50-50.
And with that, you hobble your way upstairs to your room. Both of you roll resolve checks.
Nope.
Also, no.
You find yourself lying on a cold stone floor. Above you is interlocking blocks of weathered gray rock. You're very vaguely aware of your body moving, twitching and jerking. Your eyes are fading in and out of focus. Until finally you hear something. Snorting.
Snoring or snorting?
Snorting.
Okay.
And you are vaguely aware that the presence, a presence, is making its way up to your head. You try to lift your head in an attempt to see what's happening. But it's impossible to move. Then you catch a glimpse of something. A round eye. Lidless. Set in a skinless horse's face. Giant teeth, like ivory chisels, soaked in blood, gnash in front of your eyes, and you can hear the bones of your face crunch. You can feel the skin tear off of your scalp as this horse, this thing, takes bite after bite after bite, leaving your eyes for last. And with that, you wake up in the morning, drenched in sweat, cold.
Ludwig!
Not quite. What do you wish to do?
Gasp as I wake up.
And jump up.
You don't feel rested. Feel tired.
Normally would these refresh every day?
Yes, they do.
Do they? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe that was a penalty for failing that.
No. We're still trying it out. Other times, sure. But right now, it's fine.
Word.
Go jump up. And go pound on Vanderhill's door.
What do you want now, woman?
I have a question.
You hear footsteps. The door opens.
So, you're an elf, yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
You live in the woods, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So, you come from a tribe of elves?
Yes.
Okay. What do you people know of visions?
Visions come in all shapes and sizes for any manner of reasons.
And
Why?
dreams.
Yes, it's the same thing. Why?
Okay, because I think I had one.
Go on.
It was a skinless horse with an eye and big teeth with blood, and it ate my face.
That is strange.
And it saved my eyeballs for last so I could watch the whole thing. What does this mean?
Could mean anything. Could mean you might not want to go to the castle. What do you want from me?
I thought you said you knew about visions.
Yes, what about it? Visions can mean anything.
Well, this has been incredibly unhelpful. Well, we need to get ready to go.
Don't let me keep you.
I'm ready. Save for my friend.
I'm busy asking the barkeep. Is he awake up and doing his thing? Have you seen my companion, Hannah?
I'm beating on your door right now.
See, there seems to be an intruder upstairs!
You make it halfway up the steps.
Vile creature! Show yourself!
And you see her. Blam, 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 blam.
Oh,
There you are.
oh, it's just you.
Yeah, I was looking for you.
Was terrified.
You're already up.
The horse I stabbed last night, it came to me in my dreams for vengeance.
I also had a dream about a horse.
Why would it come for you?
I don't know, but it had no skin and an eye, and it ate my face.
Yes, the same thing happened to me.
And big bloody teeth. It's in an area that kind of reminded me of the pits.
I thought it to be a castle.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Well, the elf man whose name I can never remember and feel terrible shame for.
Wendell's out.
Not Wendell. You know better. Venda something. Vendemir.
Venda Hill.
Oh, yes! I was merely explaining to my companion to always use your proper name.
Thank you for trying.
He was going to take us to the caves. I know we wanted to venture to the castle, but perhaps the caves first, and then the castle. Tis but an hour's ride.
It's on the way.
It's on the
It's
way!
on the top.
Alright, fair enough.
Just so you know, I go as far as the cave.
You're not coming to the castle?
Of course not.
Why not?
You do not
Why do
dare
you
ask
think-
him to risk himself?
I just want to know why.
He's
We're going to
been
be risking ourselves. We best know the dangers.
But a noble elf, perhaps the last of his tribe!
Nobles.
He's currently standing at the top of the stairs, just staring at you like...
Why won't you go beyond the caves?
Because I'm not a fighter, miss. I'm an alchemist.
Okay, well, what would we be fighting?
Why are you trying... What do you mean, what would you be fighting?
Probably the horse.
Well, that's entirely possible, but... Must know of dangers in the bog, aside from the horse.
He said dogs.
Dogs.
Sometimes, correct? Dogs? More than dogs? Just dogs? Dogs
Usually
are the witch's
just
best
dogs.
friend.
Why sometimes? What else is out there? Aside from the horse and the dogs.
We're south of Trebleheim.
I don't know what that means.
It's a city.
It's a city.
Okay. No,
And Trebleheim, as with all cities, tends to collect its fair share of stray animals.
Yes, yes.
I see. Go to bed!
This time of year, Trebleheim is rather cold, so I imagine the strays would give up on the city for scraps and move south.
So, dogs, and a horseman.
Yes.
That's about it?
Maybe, I don't... Why are you asking me?
Because you're an elf.
I didn't know there was a horseman here until just recently.
Let's quit interrogating the man. He's been nothing but a help. And a
you.
fantastic storyteller.
I heard no stories.
Now again, Trebleheim,
Unless you're lying.
similar to Trouble Time. Does this mean anything to anyone? Does this seem like more than a coincidence?
No. Go to bed!
Well, I'm writing it down nonetheless. Trebleheim. Sounds like Trouble Time.
A few moments later, the elf comes down the stairs. He's in the same attire that he was in before, but this time they seem clean. And he scuzz, it's all pristine.
How do you think he cleaned his clothes?
I'm an alchemist
what?
woman, how many times do I have to tell you?
He's an alchemist.
You alchemied up clean laundry?
Of course.
A potion of cleansing.
I see. Okay.
I'm sure you've heard of the spell of prestidigitation.
Yes, press the digitation. Everyone knows of the spell.
I don't. I'm not really familiar with much magic.
For Hannah's sake, please explain.
It's a spell that certain users of magic can call upon to clean objects,
Yes, to clean them.
to wipe away grime, muck, mire, and the like.
Alright. Why don't more cleaning ladies use this? They're always wandering around with brooms and things.
Not everyone is
Question.
born with the innate ability to command the winds of magic.
Of course, not everyone is born with the innate ability.
Yeah, but you said it was a potion, yeah?
I make a potion similar to it, yes. Why?
Then why aren't they sold to cleaning ladies?
Because they're
Cleaning ladies can
expensive.
afford cleaning potions.
One of the highest
What?
buyers of that is...
If someone could afford a cleaning lady, sure they could afford a cleaning potion.
Or flesh is cheap.
We should get going.
What he says is true. Flesh is far cheaper than what I can make you in my alchemy lab.
Fair enough.
A person of your... He looks over the Brigandine armor and the scars and says, repute should understand that flesh is cheap and easily purchased.
Oh, in my world, flesh is free.
You are free?
Well, until I was bought, then you don't have to pay slave labor money, you know, so technically it was free.
I'm sure
For
your
that
master made
stretch
plenty
time.
of corn.
Never thought of it that way. I never saw a penny.
Shall we?
Absolutely.
And with that, he starts heading for the front door.
Follow him up.
The fog is gone, swept away by the morning sun. That, he heads out, passing the carriage again.
The drunken carriage.
You hear a hearty snoring coming from within.
I didn't think he'd make it through the night.
Why wouldn't he?
Because he was out here with the horsemen.
The carriage is blessed by the order. Do you not have faith?
No, I do have faith, but I also have faith that he's been shitting in there, like they all said. So,
Yes, that was
you never know. Just,
problematic.
yes.
I wonder how clean it must be.
I
In
don't-
order to still bless it.
I don't want to know.
A good test. I'll make note of it later.
Can shit on hollowed ground.
Still hollowed? Question mark?
And with that, he leads you to what looks like a gate in the wooden fence that surrounds this little town. The same one that the man tried to jump over earlier. And there's a little pathway that leads through the bog. You can see that it was probably built over years upon years of working this area. Slowly but surely, more dirt from somewhere was brought in and piled up until there was a pathway through the muck. Anything you guys wish to do on your walk?
I'm contemplating the order and how they've stolen lands, and now I'm rethinking they purchased flesh.
I want to be looking on the ground for horse tracks.
Go ahead and roll a scrutinize check.
Oh, success by 1.
By 1? It's a pretty
Yeah.
good success. There's a lot of degrees of success in that. So, you do find hoof prints crossing the pathway in one area. It seems to go from water across this little path back to water. And the hoof prints appear to be shaped like a hoof, but then there's strange nubbins on each one, like around the hoof.
You seen anything like this?
Is the carriage moving?
We're not
No,
in a
no,
carriage.
there's no
okay.
carriage.
We're not in a carriage?
No,
He's
we're
walking.
Oh, we're walking? Well, I'm coming to my senses.
Are you sure that beverage you had me drink last night didn't have any mind-altering effects?
Seems to give me night terrors and the illusion of carriages.
Make a note. Never drink elven wine.
Very suspicious. You see these odd nubbins. Normal horses do not have that.
I would assume as much. That's why I'm asking you if you've ever seen anything like it.
Well, I haven't. It's very strange.
I don't think I get.
Can I roll a lore to see if I have?
Sure.
Do I know anything of it? Good. Folklore is not a starred one.
want to.
I do not. Almost crit failure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
The elf looks down and says, "Their fingers."
Fingers?
Turns around and starts walking down the pathway again.
A man turned into a horse? Say it
I have
isn't
no
so.
idea, but
It sounds as what you're implying.
those are fingertips.
Why would someone put fingertips on horseshoes?
I don't know, but I can see the fingerprint from here.
Why would someone turn a man into a horse?
I don't think somebody was turned. I was thinking more trophies.
Perhaps.
You know, I'll stick the fingers on your horseshoes. I don't know what it would accomplish, but what do you think, Elf?
Very disturbing.
I think you are a frightening woman.
That has nothing to do with fingers on horseshoes.
But it absolutely does. Perhaps this horseman that you look for thinks the same as you.
Have you heard of such a thing? A man being turned into a horse?
No.
Do you deem it possible?
Well, I imagine anything is possible with magic.
Yes, quite wise.
There is a tale that is similar, but not of a man getting turned into a horse.
Go on.
In my homelands, we have a story of the knuckle levy.
Knuckle levy.
Yes. Why?
A levy made of knuckles.
No, not like a spear levy. Spelled totally different.
Okay. I'm following.
But it's a strange thing that used to happen towards the brink of the Age of Shadows from the Age of Heroes. It's as if a man grew into his horse.
Disturbing.
Yes. From the stories I've heard, it would be quite disturbing to see.
There's the chance McDougan is a horse now.
That is disturbing.
Leaves me at odds as to how to handle such a thing. I may have just stabbed McDougan in the ass last night. No pun intended.
Would you kill the horse to kill the man, or kill the man to kill the horse?
I believe them to be two separate. I believe there is a horseman riding McDougan.
But if they're melded into one, which one would you go for?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I think the heart of the horse would be bigger,
Perhaps
so
he's
it
like
would
a
be
centaur.
more important.
The elf stops.
Oh, are we here?
Not yet.
Oh, why did you stop?
Circle? Circle?
Who the fuck is Serval?
Wendell? Wendell, is that you? Is that you, Wendell? Yes. Come on out. From behind a tree, you see, like a hunched man. Not like a humpback, but he is hunched over and frightened. He's holding himself as if he's trying to curl into the fetal position while standing.
Is he naked?
No.
Okay.
He's in clothes, though they appear to be just drenched and sopping with bogged water. All the way up to his neck. And you can see that, like, bits of moss and shit has, like, attached itself to different parts of his body.
Is his clothes torn in any way, or are they
Nope,
pretty...
they appear... some roughness to it, like some little rips and tears, but
They
nothing
didn't,
too
like,
drastic.
Hulk transform into a horse and then turn back into a man.
No, nothing of that sort. He comes up and says, "Oh, Wendell, thank the three. Thank the three. You can't go out to the caves. You can't."
We must. We are men of the Order. And women.
Wendell says, "Why? Why, sir? They're all dead. Everyone that was left there. Everyone that was there to watch the moss shipment and make sure that it was taken care of are dead. All of them.
Was it a horseman? A man on a horse with a curved blade?
I saw nothing. I saw nothing. I was simply going there to pick up a journal. A journal that I had left."
A wise man writes what he sees. I like you.
"I don't care. I don't care if you like me. All my friends back there, they're dead."
You should go to the tavern and get a drink.
And soup. Hot cup of soup. How much does soup cost?
Wendell Vanderhill speaks up and says, "A couple copper?"
Well, I have 3 copper here. Get yourself some soup, and whatever else a single copper will buy.
"Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Soup will calm the nerves.
Be careful. Be careful. I don't want to lose you too, Wendell." When Vanderhill looks at him and says, "If you made it, I'm sure I'll be fine. Just quickly to the tavern." "Yes, of course."
Should we...
After that, he like slogs back into the water and just like starts swimming, like looking and like dipping into the water and swimming some more.
Poor guy.
Does he always swim where he travels?
No,
Who was that guy?
Odd.
just another moss fauna.
How did you know it was him?
I just have good ears.
Oh.
You called him by name.
Well, yes,
You can discern individuals' footsteps.
I can discern his breathing.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Maybe you should get some little clips to go on your ears to make them larger.
Put on
So you
fucking
can hear
fake
better.
leather fucking elf ears.
I must inquire the Order about this. That is a good idea, Hannah.
And with that, the
Should
elf
we continue?
continues on.
I suppose so. You don't seem very unnerved, hearing that your townspeople have been slaughtered.
Well, I told you I'm leaving. Soon they won't be my townspeople.
Fair enough. Where do you plan to go? Where will you ply your craft?
I'll hook up with one of the gypsy caravans.
Well, I only hope we will meet again.
I imagine we will. You make your way around. So, you guys push forward through the winding trail that goes through the mangrove trees. And before long, you begin to see very faintly through these big trunks is what looks like a rise in the ground leading up, to be right under the castle at this point. The only hill inside for a long ways. We're almost there, Ventlshaag says.
Is this cave? It travels right below the castle?
Close to, yes. That's where we get all of our food, too. There's farms up there.
Who lives or used to inhabit the castle?
I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody of human origin. I'm not familiar with the history.
How long ago did you come to this town?
12 years? Well, that castle's very old. Very, very old.
And no one ever comes from or to the castle?
Oh, no, it's abandoned.
Oh.
It's been abandoned for years. If I'm not mistaken, some of the farmers up there sometimes use it for storage of their grain and the like.
Well, onward, I suppose.
Ventlshaag moves forward for a minute and steps off in his waders a little bit. Gets up behind a tree and starts kind of just craning his head slightly over each side.
What do you sense?
Nothing but here. He's right. They're all dead.
How many?
Appears to be 5.
You can see into the cave? It's pitch black.
They're all on the outside of it.
I finally look. Oh, yes.
What you see when you look out, it appears that some form of struggle took place, and 5 men lie in the last throes of death. Mouth of the cave. Blood soaks everything. We'll go on. This is as far as I take you.
Much appreciated.
To get out of the bog water, go on, and then light my lantern and shine it down into the cave.
You see the cave stretches on beyond the lantern light. Straight.
Okay.
What about you, Nick?
I'm going to ask Wendell. Wendell, will you do me a final favor?
What?
Are you leaving tomorrow? When are you leaving?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. If we do not return by the morning, could you somehow send word to the Order? I know you do not like their folk, but if they could just get word that we have not returned and that we have tried to do our duty, it would be wise to let them know that we are incapacitated at the castle.
I will.
I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. You as well.
Daddy dips behind the tree and is gone.
Are these men all long dead?
Yeah, what you see is past this last bit of mangrove trees that are here, you can see that the further area has been cleared. And this dirt has been put into what looks like a, almost like a small little walking area out in front of the cave for pushed up out of the swamp and the bog. And that is where the people are currently lying in, like I said, all manner of disrepair.
I want to look on the floor of the cave for any odd footprints.
Roll a scrutinize check.
Horseman prints. 5.
5. You don't see any horseman prints, but you do notice a particularly different boot print. It is not like these waders, which are just very basic kind of soles, not really anything to them. But the boot you see appears to be a well-crafted leather boot. It's the only one that seems to be that way.
Think it could be McDougal?
Perhaps.
Yeah, he's the only one around here, I imagine, that would have well-crafted boots.
I'd like to imagine he was here defending the townspeople from the creature, but I fear he was the one who slaughtered them. Well, shall we venture into the cave?
1 second. I want to look at the bodies for like stab wounds.
You've seen it a dozen times. This was done with a blade.
Definitely killed with a blade of some sort. Can I tell by the cut whether it was a curved blade or not?
For you? Yeah. Definitely a curved blade.
It's definitely a curved blade. We don't know what kind of weaponry McDougal used, do we?
We do not.
I see. Okay. Into the cave then. Got my lantern.
close all their eyes, give them a short prayer.
Indeed. It's pretty solemn. Like, so they appear to have died a very violent, painful death. Some are missing limbs. Others have been cleft all the way into the chest cavity. Some missing portions of their face. But it appears to be quick, precise, and brutal. As you begin to head into the cave, it's cool and moist in this cave. It just feels like mold to you, like just damp, moldy air. Mm-hmm. And the first thing you come to is what looks like a sitting area to your right, still carved in out of the actual stonework of the cave. To your left appears to be several boxes and a few shelves.
The boxes like locked or nailed closed or anything?
It appears one has been pulled open.
I'll look in it.
It got what looks like numerous layers of cloth on the sides, all tucked in towards the center of the box. And at the very top, you see that some of the cloth has been pulled away to reveal a very vibrant red moss.
Is the boot prints by the box?
Mm-hmm.
The fancy boot prints?
Yep.
I found some of this moss.
Right by the boot prints. I don't like this moss.
Me neither. I'm gonna dump the box out.
Are you like picking it up to dump it out?
They're just tilting it, not lifting it entirely.
You flop it over. All this moss kind of falls out onto the ground.
I'll kick it around with my boots.
You do.
See if there's anything in there.
Kick it around. Just appears to be moss.
Does it look like the amount of moss would fill the box?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he would have stopped here in particular. There's nothing in this box.
Perhaps he was wounded. In the same way that the blood moss is used to craft some sort of healing potion, he simply engorged himself on some of it.
Yeah, it's possible. Look on the shelves.
The shelves just appear to have tankards, a few bottles of wine, some looks like some dried goods, a few cheeses, like cheese wheels wrapped up in cloth.
Take one of the bottles of wine.
Okay.
And the cheesecloth.
The cheesecloth? It's just wrapped up in linen is all it is. It's not cheesecloth.
I know.
Okay. Are you taking the cheese with it?
No, I just want the cloth.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's going to be high proof enough to make a Molotov if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, throw some. I don't give a
She
shit.
don't know that shit.
I'm going to light my lantern and hang it on my boar spear that I use as my walking stick.
Off one of the lugs?
Yeah.
Nice. This gives way into a wider chamber. This you can see numerous boxes stacked on top of each other. And it appears that another dead body lies in the center of this room.
But look at this one.
Chopped up. As in, like, ritualistically dismembered. There appears to be a large chunk of wood sticking out of the person's chest cavity. And the head is lying on its side, to where you can't see the face.
I'm gonna use my boat and tilt the face back up.
You put your foot on the side of the head and roll the head around so that you can look into the eyes. You see a grimace of terror permanently affixed to this person's face. And the mouth and jaw have been broken open so wide to accommodate a giant rock that you see the end of the rock that is not stuffed in the mouth has little puffs of white dust and chipped stone.
Can I roll a folklore?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
For you, it would be, just being fair, it'd be about a 30.
Okay.
would I just know that these are weapons of a cleric?
Yeah.
No.
You, being from the Order, would know that this is how you dispose of a vampire.
This man seems to be mistaken for a vampire. It's only further incriminating McDougan. Lost his mind, going around thinking he's seeing terrors of vampires and demons and slaughtering them at will when they happen to just be innocent townspeople.
Can you check him for any signs of vampirism? On the slight chance that...
Of course! Yeah, I'm a man of the order. Can I do that?
He is definitely rotting. The body is decomposing. Like, you can see that the flesh is trying to slough off in certain areas. Surprisingly enough, there is not the smell of rot in this cave or out in the bodies. But he is showing signs of beginning to wither and be reclaimed by the bog.
Is that suspicious of a vampire?
No. A vampire will maintain,
It's...
even long after it has been chopped up, staked, and a rock inserted into the mouth, the flesh will look pink and healthy
Okay.
for years upon years to come. Vampires dry out, from what you've heard.
Okay.
They don't rot.
He's very clearly not a vampire. The body would be desiccated rather than eroding as it seems to be. I'm still sticking with my assumption that McDougan is terrorized by some sort of visions. He believes himself to be doing the work of the Order. Perhaps there is hope yet.
Yeah, possibly. I'm gonna tap on all the crates, see if they
Give a
sound
dull like
full.
boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Huh? That's one step in our favor, I suppose.
Roll your choice, awareness or scrutinize.
Same. Nailed it.
Success.
As you guys make your way back, turning away from the body, from this little depression where all these boxes are stored, beside the little rampway that you walked down into this depression from, you see what looks like a black object.
Shine my lantern on it.
It appears to be a hat.
Dun, dun, dun.
This look familiar.
Bill folded up on one side, emblem of the Order.
Yeah,
Emblem of the
definitely.
three on the
Dugans!
side.
They did say he came back without a hat at one point. Found the hat. It's definitely him.
You can inspect it. Does it look clean? Short
can
of
see
it
what
being
looks
stashed in
like-
a cave.
Well, it looks like there's some salt around the ridge. Very, very disheveled and dirty. Like I said, the salt appears to have been, like, from what you would gauge, maybe days of hard labor wearing this hat.
Oh, so it wasn't like he didn't apply salt to the brim. It's merely sweat dried.
Sweat dried.
I got you.
On the one side, it appears to be a lock of hair is stuck to the inside of the hat.
Blonde hair.
No, brown. He was brown hair.
Oh, who was... Oh, she's blonde hair,
She's
blue-eyed.
Yeah, which is why the elf is so leery of her. As he regaled you of the myth of the one elf that was able to tame the Titan of Wrath for but a moment for his love to escape. You know who comes from the north. They're oftentimes very similar to her.
Gotcha. Where are the elves? Are they like on the western side of the world in the jungled area, or where do they come from?
Nope, the elves are from everywhere now.
Oh, okay.
Ever since the turning of the Age of Shadows from the Age of Heroes, they were displaced by the rampant expansion.
But where was that originally? Where was like their homeland?
Ooh, for you to know, that would be a really, really hard folklore test. We're talking like a 56.
Yeah, that's already a fail. It's like a -8 chance.
Nobody truly knows. Elves probably know.
Sure.
The world of man, it's faded into obscurity from here.
Alright. Well, in my headcanon, I'm going to assume they came from the west, simply because he said he traveled east. Do I know what's to the west?
To the west is more forest, a few more lands, and then water. The sea.
In my head, my guy's thinking, elves were once fish people. Clearly. Are they common enough? Do they hide themselves well enough that the average man hasn't even heard of fish folk?
They think they're a myth.
Okay.
They talk about them like, oh yes.
The fish folk,
You know,
beware.
commonly amongst like port towns and sailors, they speak of, you know, a member of their crew that was there for a few months and at one point in time swam for far too long, won a bunch of drinks, but clearly gleaned the suspicions of all the crew members, in which case they disappeared, only furthering the suspicions that, telling you, he was a fish folk.
I like it.
Where from here?
I'm gonna don the hat.
As you do, you feel something very greasy, like down one side of your head. You pull it out, and you see the hair that is torn. It also had a section of scalp attached to it, kind of greased in and mulched underneath the brim of the hat.
You said the hair was blonde?
No,
No.
brown.
Oh, brown. Okay.
Funny, I did the same thing. I'm gonna take the hat off and try to wipe it on my my sack. Just try to get the edge of the sack into the hat and just polish the inside a little bit.
Kind of ream it out. And you do. You now have a wide brim black hat with a symbol of the order on it. You better fucking put a feather in that. If you do not put feathers, as you see my hat on the mantle, I will be clearly displeased. You're a member of Almany, I expect you to act that way. 50% doing good, 50% looking good.
Hannah,
Yep.
by chance, do you have a feather?
No.
Disappointing.
I'm sure there's one outside you can find.
From the dogs?
I'm sure there's birds in this bog somewhere.
I have not heard any.
There's evil afoot. Of course you wouldn't hear any birds.
I'm gonna pull out my scroll and ink. Birds fly away from evil. Question mark? Hannah.
How about you share one of those, baby, with our guest?
What?
What?
Our prized Butterfinger cups?
I'm just
Please say you did not utter such a thing. Process.
Oh, I'll try one. This crunch too. You gotta look for, I think. Yes, or right there. But you got one. Sweet. Alright, so, where to from here, guys?
The castle. Yes?
Castle, you don't want to go deeper in? Did the cave end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
only
okay,
cave.
okay. I thought there was maybe a cave system leading under the castle.
Negative.
I gotcha. Square.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So they don't get
Oh.
sued?
I guess. You have a copyright on a circle? I imagine
Yeah,
they
I
may.
don't know.
Shit, is it all made by Nestle? I have no idea.
Well, these Butterfinger cups. Yeah, like that. That's circle.
Whitman's?
Maybe they're
Yeah,
just
Whitman's peanut butter cups.
trying to be weird.
So, you guys are heading to the castle, yes?
Yes.
You emerge out of the cave. And you were looking up, yes? Mm-hmm. And there's the castle. You can see it to the right. At the top of the hill.
Any weirdness?
I don't know. Roll for it.
Success.
Whatever it is, I don't.
What did you roll? Oh, you failed anyway. Sorry, Nate. What did you roll?
Scrutinize.
It appears to be a castle. You don't see any weirdness of any variety.
Okay.
Nothing dangling out of a window. Hee-hawing with insane laughter.
Okay.
Steel yourself, Hannah. Whatever is up there seems to have dulled my senses.
Very shitty. Start heading our way up there.
You make your way to the top of the hill relatively easily. It's not like this giant, jagged thing. It's just a pretty decent walk. And when you get to the top, you see that the marshy bottom of the bog gives way to green fields. And like I said, you can smell now, coming from the northern winds, the smell of conifer forests. And you can see it in front of you as it turns into the more sprawling land of some of the northern fens from here.
I think our elf friend would have liked this.
More than likely. So the rest of this land matches what's going on the hilltop here? This isn't like an odd spot of...
No, you know that in this current location that you're at in Almany is common to have little boglands where the hills drop off.
Okay. What is the plan, Hannah? Will we simply knock at the front door, scale the wall, perhaps look for a secret hidden entrance?
Yes.
Yes to all three! I like your enthusiasm, Hannah.
We'll scale the wall, knock on a window, and look for a passage.
Somebody roll a chaos die for me. Tell me 3 or above, and that's good.
5.
Sweet. So what are you guys doing?
Scaling the front door and the secret entrance! I don't know, what do you want to do?
I have no idea.
Let's just
Yeah.
circle the castle and see what we can.
So you guys are
Just
doing just
got
like a
around.
big 180 because the castle is built on the edge of this hillside.
Okay.
As you were down at the cave, you were able to look and see where it was built up into the sky from there.
I don't want to waste too much time circling the base of the hill, but if it's small enough and we can get it done in an hour, sure.
As you guys begin to make your way around to the front of the castle, you see that there is a curving staircase that leads up to a door that you know to lead to the main structure of this castle and tower. There's a couple of other sections that seem to be open up and different towers.
Okay.
Some have fallen in. You can see that this castle has seen its time on this earth and has begun to wear out. As you guys begin to make your way around the front, though, you see that off in the distance there is some farmland where the trees have all been clear cut, and you do see what looks like patches and strips of fields and grain and a few houses dotting the far side of this field, also banking the trees.
The farmers store their goods in here. You'd take a trip down to the farmers, see if they're still stashing their goods in here, or if they've been scared off by something. You want to waste some time doing that?
Reasonable enough.
Or we could just go in there.
Up the curvy staircase.
Yep.
You have a coin?
No? Well, I have a penny.
Oh, that's true.
We'll flip the penny.
Flip the penny. Heads, we go straight in. Tails, we look for the farmers.
Okay. Tails 1 to 3. Heads 4 to 6. 6. Going to
Heading
talk to
straight
the
in?
farmers.
But
What? No, no.
Ah!
I thought 1 to 3 was going to talk to the farmers.
I thought that was heads.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So no,
we're going to talk to the
that was
farmers.
Tails. And Tails was farmers.
Gotcha. Okay. You leave the castle behind you and start heading out to these wheat fields, you see. And the farm is silent.
Shit. You should be out working right now.
Incredibly silent.
Yes.
Hello?
Nothing.
Damn.
Nobody shouts from any of the fields.
Oh. I guess it's up the staircase then.
All right.
Are you heading to the houses?
No, we're going up to...
So you're not checking on the farmers, you're...
They
doubling
should
back
be
on it.
outside working if they're not outside working.
True enough. So you head for the staircase. And you make your way up. Kind of like in almost the half moon design. And there's an open door.
Very inviting. Almost too inviting.
I don't want to get eaten by a big decayed horse.
I'm going to take one step in the doorway and then hop back. And then I step back in the doorway and continue through.
This gives way into a very, very, very large round chamber, this main column of the actual castle itself. The wood beneath your feet appears to be sturdy enough. You do see what looks like some fresh boards that have been rough-hewn and replaced the old ones. As you approach and enter this, like I said, large chamber, you do see what looks like an edge that drops off into a deeper part of the castle. Kind of like almost like a balcony or a banister that looks down deeper into it. Are you guys approaching that?
I suppose so. I don't want to lean on it.
As you get up to this banister, you see that there is a hallway to your right and left that lead to these towers that are on the sides of this castle.
Okay.
You go right, I'll go left. We'll search the castle.
Terrible idea.
You don't want to split up?
No.
Good, that was a test. You passed.
Oh, good.
You approach this edge still, looking down
Yeah, well,
into the hole. You look down, and it's relatively dark. Roll scrutinize.
Fail.
Looking down, it's hard to make out details. You do see that there is a couple of arrow slits They kind of beam light down into this main chamber. But like I said, discerning any detail is next to impossible.
If I tied my lantern to my 25 feet of rope, could I drop it down far enough to give us some
Absolutely.
light? Okay. I'm crafting that, tying a knot, lighting my lantern.
You hear a squeak, and then a sudden movement at the bottom.
Hello?
My good man, we mean no harm!
You alright?
I know it's hard to tell with my voice, but that was a womanly squeak.
Oh,
My good man! Perhaps I should have specified that before.
My lady, we hear of the order, sent to cleanse this place. Do not fear us.
You hear something like...
I do not understand your strange speak.
can you lower me down? Is there a staircase down?
Ballsy, Hanna, I like it.
Right here? No.
No.
There is no staircase that you can see from your current point.
Alright, you look left, I'll look right. Find a staircase.
So, we're splitting the party now?
No.
I test the sturdiness of this banister.
Seems fairly good.
The floor beneath it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty solid.
Would you like to be lowered down?
Yeah,
into
sure,
the hole?
fuck it. Yeah.
Quite brave, Hanna. I'll pull the lantern back up. Don't worry, young lady! We're coming! Untie the lantern. Do you want to just hold on to the rope? Should I tie it to your waist?
Yeah, tie it to my belt.
Okay. Can you fit through the banister?
Can I fit through the banister? I'm considered slender.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can slip through the fucking banister.
Okay.
You weasel your way around, kind of hanging on the banister and tying this rope to your belt. And with that, you begin to make your way down.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the rope, you begin to lower what's probably about 15 feet into this lower chamber.
Okay, still got my lantern.
You still got your lantern?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta relight it, because I probably put it out between the cave and here, so relight
Sure.
my lantern on the way down and start looking around.
You spark your flint a few times. And then finally, it lights and illuminates the area around you. On one side of the room, underneath this balcony that Alger is now standing upon, what you see is blood-caked walls.
Yeah, fuck.
What do you see, Hanna?
There's blood all over the walls.
Disgusting.
Behind you is some sort of like stone pedestal.
Okay.
And now you hear the rattle of a chain.
What was that?
Chains? Point my lantern in that direction.
You swing it around, and this aims into the chamber that you were originally trying to gain image in.
Okay.
And you see the stone pedestal, which looks like simply like a bench. Kind of like a circular bench carved of stone in this center of this room.
She's going potty, I guess.
Well, go ahead. We can take a break.
Okay.
Commercial! Zigzag rolling papers.
They're the best. They're for you. By them, you will always be true. I always roll my cigarettes with zigzag 78 millimeters.
There's one of them in the booth with me now, folks. He's aiming one of his strange weapons at me. I'm quite frightened.
I'm wetting myself.
It's my favorite part of the whole fucking show.
That's good. The whole invention of that sport was fantastic. That was really well done.
Yeah.
I liked it.
There was that, like I said, that one had the possibility to be really awesome until it got super political and weird.
Yeah, the first season was amazing. I fucking loved it. The intrigue, the fucking surprise turns here and there, the brothers, the twins, their bloodbenders, fucking awesome. Great shit. And then it was never as good as that season.
You know, that one got kicked off the air.
Did it? That
Yeah.
season or like that show?
That season, and the show got kicked off the air.
Just 'cause of the ending?
Permanently, yeah. Because that dark ending where the brothers just like, bow! Kills both of them. Mm-hmm. Murder-suicide.
Good. So
Dark.
good.
Nickelodeon's like,
We can't
that's
show
not
that.
okay. That's not okay, bro.
That's what we wrote. Yeah, we can't show that.
frickin' propane, man. Got to my lung today.
Yeah, that was right when your dad mentioned he was feeling lightheaded. I was feeling the same thing, and then like 30 minutes later, I was noticing that tank was getting real low. Just wasn't burning well.
Yeah, not burning well. Had that weird smell to it. Just crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that pot heater just because it gets it so warm so fast, but it's like those fucking torpedo heaters. They get pretty nasty quick.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm smoking Virginia Slims.
Would you mind if I tried to roll one there for you?
No.
See if I can do... I'm not saying to be a shit, but see if I do a little better job.
Yeah,
Because I have little secrets to...
out of tobacco is the only thing. That's why I've been rolling them so small. Huh?
That stuff you gave me.
Yeah,
You don't mind smoking that?
No, absolutely. That stuff was delicious.
You. Just not sure where I'm going to put it. I show up every day to a changed house.
Yeah, the trouble of a cleaned house. Where's that thing I left on the floor? I put it away.
It was right there.
It was there on the floor. That's where I wanted it. That's where I had it.
Gotta feel so good to have my hair gone.
Yeah.
I hate the in-between, like I said. Either like nothing or super long hair. The in-between shit drives me nuts. When it's like doing this shit.
Yeah.
Just like barely, just like circling around, touching your ears, and just like...
When my hair is short and just gets like right over my ears, it's like pretty straight with a little wave, and then it hits my ears and just boop, bobs like I'm fucking some chick in the 50s. That's good. That's attractive.
I had the same problem. Back when I used to have a hat that fit. The
Yeah.
only hat I ever fit. It was found in some like obscure trucker's place, and I slipped it on. I was like, destiny. Well, I never cut my hair because I always had the hat, and it made these perfect little curly wing things that well, chicks dug it. Like, they were crazy about that shit. It drove me nuts. I was like, come on. Where's that tobacco? Damn it. Come on, man. Work with me. Dude, here. Eat this shit.
Glasses.
I ain't got no more rolling papers. Jacob came in, just gathered all that, and just out he went. Can I have some, Jacob? No. You smoked it all. Oh.
I used to always wish I had a brother growing up. And then I got to know Chad better. And all the stories of Chad and Kathy as kids. Like, the only child wasn't so bad.
Nice.
Yeah, have at it if you want.
Fucking pecan crab. Jesus.
Pecan crumb?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, there's the African fucking statue from Africa, from Nate.
The fertility one.
Two little cigarette packs.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy, huh?
That's cool.
Like I said, surprisingly enough, not bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Show you the tar, nicotine content.
Yeah.
Badass.
You can smoke this one and tell me if it's any better. We don't have any of those filters either, do we, baby?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Those raws, sure enough, they're unrefined cotton, as they would be.
Yeah.
Just too absorbent.
Yeah, see, this stuff's too clumpy. It's hard to really pack down without having an actual pipe.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
No, I liked it. It's real tasty.
I'm sure you can find your pipe.
Yeah, wherever that went.
The nice one, not the green one.
Yeah, my fucking trick shit sailor pipe.
Yeah.
Whoever had that before me had the exact same tooth I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fit right in.
Yep, I just like sat it there and just like right into the notch. I was like, it's for
It's
me.
destiny.
Should be pretty good.
Oh yeah. Gracias.
Give that a shot. Alright, so you guys were heading down into the Darling, you had already headed down
Yes, she's down there.
into the castle.
Hearing chains spinning
Yes.
around.
Yep, and as you turn around, like I said, you see the stone dais, almost like a bench that is kind of built in a circle, obviously for multiple people.
Okay.
But you see nothing. You do hear again.
Where are you at? I can
You
see
hear
you.
the noise of the chain on the other side of the deal.
Turn around, look at that.
You turn around and look at the other side of the room, and you just see bloody soaked walls.
Where the hell are you?
Coming from the opposite side of the bench,
Turn around, look.
you see the bench.
My lady, speak clearly!
There's trickery afoot!
Did the horsemen do this to you? I take that as a yes!
Am I at the bottom now?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will get the rope off my belt
Easy enough.
and start looking around the entirety of the room. Heading in the direction of that,
The sound.
yeah.
Okay, so you can see her heading towards that central stone dais. And as the lantern light begins to bob and bounce off of the walls, reflecting, you see what looks like a person chained up on the opposite side, just kind of leaning against the stone. Darling, you come around the side and you can see what looks like a woman in a nightgown. Young, maybe 20, 21.
Okay.
And her mouth is stitched closed.
Okay.
Her hands are bleeding from the wrists, but it seems that she has about maybe 2 foot of chain that her hands attach her to this stone network.
Okay.
Or this stone dais, sorry. She looks up at you.
I'm gonna look over. Like, calm down. Calm down. I need you. Can you lay down for me?
You see that it's purposely put in there short enough that she cannot.
Okay. Can you sit with your back against this table thing? Okay, I'm gonna take my mortuary sword. I'm gonna hold it by the blade and use the tip of the sword to cut the stitches on her mouth.
Alright, easy enough.
Okay.
As you, like, and pop them all free, you see her mouth beginning to open slowly but surely, kind of like, you know, as she's pulling on these stitches to try and get them free.
Don't pull out. You're gonna rip your lips.
And her whine quickly becomes from a... And she spits something onto the ground.
Look at it.
It appears to be a wad of some variety, like a cloth or a leather wad
Okay.
tied at one end with another leather thong. He put that in my mouth.
What is it?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
It tastes of iron.
Tastes
Get
like-
me out of here, please.
Okay.
I want to go home.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking on the chain for something.
It appears that it goes up and is sunken into the stone
Okay.
with some sort of like a pin, like an eye bolt, but it seems to be just rough driven in between 2 seams, or the seam of the stone.
Is this ringing any clerical bells to me? Leather, the taste of iron, like they wrapped something up and...
Roll of folklore.
fuck. Nope.
Not quite.
Shit. I'm going to start looking around for like something I can use as a pry bar, more or less. Like some chunk of metal
Go
or
ahead.
something. Okay. Two.
2?
Yeah, roll the 2.
You see nothing that could be used as a pry bar except for the things you have on you.
Shit. You said it was between 2 pieces of stone?
2 stone. You can see that the stone has like flaked and broken away as this pin was driven inward.
Okay. How far apart are these 2 pieces of stone? Are
They just have a little bit of a
touching?
gap between them.
Could I fit my mortuary sword in there?
Yeah.
I don't like that idea at all. I don't.
My boar spear half's too big. It's not gonna fit into the eye, but maybe we could pry on the sides of it and try to loosen it. I'll start climbing my way down the rope.
So you're going to tie it off somewhere?
Yeah.
Alright. Roll first a survival.
We do. Did not nail it.
As you tie the rope around the side, not having the lantern that she was, holding before, it's kind of hard to see tying the rope without the lantern in your hands. And you're pretty sure that's good. Tie another one around your belt. And as you start working your way down,
Yeah, Alger is confident he tied a fantastic knot.
roll an athletics.
He will descend. Nailed it.
You start making your way down, make it about halfway before you feel the knot. And with that, you boop and plop right down on your butt. And the rope coils up at your feet.
Fantastic! You brought the rope with you somehow.
Yes, just as I planned.
Please get me out of here!
We will. The man who tied you up, was he carrying a curved blade?
I didn't see. It was too dark. It was strange. I felt odd things.
Did he say anything? Mumble anything?
Warm flesh.
Warm flesh? Oh, good. Maybe.
And that horrible noise.
Horrible noise? Like a guttural, sloughing flesh horse?
Similar to a horse, yes, but a sloughing flesh. What is that?
I don't know. I'm trying my best to describe what I saw the other night. It's quite disturbing. But I believe we are on the same page. Same scroll.
Will you get me out of here now?
But of course! I'm hobbling over my spear. Just try to wedge it under the pin, pull it left, move it, wedge it, pull it right, over and over and over.
You're using the blade on the pin?
No, like I'm using putting the bottom of the haft. Like here's the pin, here's my spear, and I'm gonna place it under and try and turn it, place it under, try and turn it.
Indeed.
Work it
After
out.
a while, you see the pin kind of fight against the stone, biting, and then a few moments later, shrink, shrink, until it starts freely wobbling in the hole. Give it a few more wiggles, and shrink, it slips out.
Start looking around for a door.
Please, we have to go. I don't want to be here when he comes back.
About what time does he come back?
At nightfall.
I see. Okay, so start looking around for a door.
You start sweeping your lantern left and right. In this little round area that you were at, no. Are you going to go check those two, like underneath the porch?
Yeah, the
Like
left
the balcony area that you
Yeah.
guys were currently, or had originally been on?
Yeah, I'll go to the left one first and just look.
As you beam your light down, you see that the floor is built in almost a ramp that leads down.
Okay. I'll go to the right one and look out that one.
Nothing.
Like it's just a wall? It's just like a wall?
Yeah, it's just like a little expanse that leads a little bit, and then just dead ends into a wall.
Left it is then.
The girl continues to walk, the chains dangling.
Do you know your way around this castle?
No,
Unfortunate.
I was taken in the dead of night. Taken from my bed.
Do you live in the farms?
Yes.
I see.
Where are the farmers?
I don't know.
Well,
As I said, I was sleeping, and then something grabbed me, pulled me out of the bed.
Right.
I remember riding a horse, and then getting carried in here, and then chained to that wall.
Was this last night?
Yes.
Did you have dreams of a horse eating your face?
No!
Good. Neither did I.
So you guys are heading left down the rampway?
yes.
You reach the end of the ramp and look down, and you can see a faint purple glow coming from within.
Witchstone, Hanna.
I see.
Be wary, do not strike it.
Okay.
Do not try to explode the witchstone. Terrible horrors sometimes arise from it. Black holes, simply ripping apart space and time. It's incredible.
It's terrible.
I may have died were it not for my master, Robert.
See?
I'll be right back then.
It's quite heroic. Jumped from a balcony and stabbed the beast upon its back, wielding a spear, as you may. Of course, he has a spear, I have a spear, as teacher, thus his student.
Makes sense.
God, he was heroic.
Oh, God.
Saved us all that night.
Sounds like a terrible fight.
It was. If only I had my arm cannon that night, things might have been different.
Who was using the witchstone?
These creatures that were half rat, half man. They were wielding muskets that seemed to be lined and with witchstone and shooting witchstone bullets. It was horrendous.
That does sound terrible. Sounds like an awful time.
We thought it was wise to ignite one of their barrels filled with their witchstone, seeing the damage and destruction it caused to the walls around us, but instead it, as I said, ripped that hole in space and time, and out emerged this monstrosity of tentacles and writhing mass. It haunts me to this day.
So not only do they explode, they summon demons.
Sometimes, yes.
It was terrible.
It's quite frightening.
So we might be facing a rat person.
Quite possibly. I do not know who else has access to such technology.
I've never heard of anyone else using them. Clearly rat people.
Obviously rat people.
I can't wait for Bridger to play this game again.
And tell them of all your heroic tales with the horsemen.
Oh, Robert, you would be so proud!
I cleansed an entire town single-handedly.
I was there. Oh, yes! Also, Hannah helped. It was quite brave.
Alright. You guys descending down, yes?
Yep.
Slowly and carefully.
Filled her in on Witchstone, its
Obviously,
chaos
rat
opportunities, and regaled her of Robert valiantly saving us as he leapt from a balcony and struck the beast upon its back.
Yes. Tales of old. So, as you begin to proceed down into what looks like another wide open chamber, you can tell that this is well underneath that spiral staircase that led up into the level that you guys had entered. There's no windows. And in the center of the room, there is a wide, looks like a brass bowl. And inside, purple flame lingers. casting purple light all around this chamber.
I've never seen Witchstone act as such, never in such a state.
Oh, you said it explodes and summons demons.
Yes.
Fuck!
And yet here it seems to be burning quite controlled. I'm at a loss.
Don't touch it.
Roll an awareness check.
5.
Nice.
You guys both also notice something else on the far side of the room.
What is
Gleaming eyes. 2 sets. One higher than the rest. Or one higher than the other.
McDougan!
You hear
Pull out my morning star.
the girl, "Oh, no! No!"
Stand back, miss!
You hear her chain jingle as she runs back up the ramp.
Stay near!
You hear, and this thing steps into the light that is emanating from the bowl. What you see is a horrible amalgamation of man and horse. The legs have grown into the sides of this beast. It's nothing but just raw flesh and tissue. The body on top is that of a man from the waist up. In one hand it holds a curved blade, dark of iron, and in the other, a man catcher. The head lolls to the side, and it makes no other noise, just watching you.
Does it have hair?
No.
No. Damn.
McDougan! Do you not recognize this crest? Do you not remember your duties?
The horse paws on the wood.
I'm gonna set down my lantern and pull out my shield.
Another breath from the horse.
I'm filling my cannon with nails.
Everybody roll initiatives! Oh! Yep.
16.
16?
14.
Y'all ready? The thing, like I said, the horse pawing at the ground, snorting, its eyes just glowing in the purple light. The man atop it, fused into the most perfectly hideous being you have ever seen. The horse lets out another one of these wailing ninnies, slams its paws onto the floor, and the man extends one hand, looks at you all with the saber still clutched in partial fist, and it just simply lets out a long and the horse begins to gallop forward. Going to use 1 AP to move. It leaps over the purple cistern.
Is this like a big motherfucking cistern? Like
Lands in the middle of you. Yeah, I'd say maybe 3 foot wide. And it's going to spend 2 AP to make 2 attacks, one at each of you. Nate, well, we'll go with you, baby. It's striking at you with a saber. And that is a success.
Fail to parry.
bird one.
Success to parry.
Yeah.
Its blade comes down, but you're able to raise your mortuary sword.
Nope.
Your shield?
I had the Morning Star and the shield, yes.
Morningstar and a shield. Ooh. You raise the shield up, and the sword scrapes off the boss in a shower of sparks. With that, Nate, it's going to make an attack with the man catcher at you. That is a fucking critical failure.
Oh, thank God. Scaring me with the word critical.
As it launches the man catcher forward, you're just easily able to step out of the step aside, and it crashes against the wall with a loud clang. Your guys' turn.
You first, I think. You scored better than me.
Okay. I'm gonna swing my Morning Star around at the hoof of the horse. Mm-hmm. Or not the hoof, but like the forearm here. With a 10. Success.
It will use its defensive AP. Roll damage.
That's 6. 8 plus 6 is 14, and vicious does nothing.
14, you said?
Mm-hmm. Then what the... Oh, powerful? Will that come into play with a horse? He's
Sure
got
will.
4 legs.
That is a successful coordination.
Okay.
You swing your Morning Star down. Crack! Lands directly on the that very fragile bone above the hoof. And with that, you feel it bend and give, and you can hear the bone under the blow. But it skips its foot up in an attempt. You now see that there is fingers that have grown out above the hoof and kind of moving, grasping at the keratin, right? The keratin hoof. But it is otherwise fine.
So once I go across and down, I'm going to bring it up and over and try and smash it into like the shoulder part up here.
Of the horse?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is a 20. Success.
Nice. Roll damage.
9.
9.
Yep.
You swing your Morning Star up and smash it into the upper shoulder of this animal, or what used to be an animal. And you hear a dull resounding thud as the spikes dig in for a moment, but instantly bounce out as the ball hits. No blood elicits.
At a what? What'd you hit? A 9?
Yeah.
Okay, that is your turn, darling?
Yep,
I imagine.
that's it.
Nate.
When he crit failed, did he
Shit.
go to the right of me, and I'm sort of inside the body of this...
If you so choose.
Alright, sure, I'll take that. And then I'll lift up and unload with the cannon. And I didn't have to parry because he crit failed. I'll brace myself with my spear against the ground and shoot the cannon upper chest right at the arm wielding the man catcher.
Okay, roll a coordination test. With a flip to succeed because you're braced.
We're good.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the attack for the cannon now.
Come on, cannon. 5, hell yeah.
Roll damage.
What do I do with that damage? Shooting
That
nail.
was 3d6.
Okay.
And add a vicious die.
6. Vicious has to be a 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 14 damage.
That's a 64. So as the cannon, you brace yourself with your spear against the side wall. You see that its arm is currently attempting to pull the man catcher free from the wall. And you discharge the cannon directly into its upper left side of its torso. The man careens to the right, and the horse is pulled back, and they both fall backwards into the cistern. The cistern launching purple flame across the interior of the castle.
Oops.
It whoosh begins to light up, casting everything in a flickering purple haze. And it is now on its ass.
Reach back around and stab the underbelly of the horse.
Go for it.
I don't, though.
Understood.
Fuck it. I'll burn one. I don't, though. Stick with that.
Okay. As you swing down in an attempt to stab at the horse's hoof and strikes the haft of your shaft, knocking it askew. That's your turn?
Yeah. Better save one for defense.
The horse is going to make an attack at you, Nate. That's a success.
Go for Parry. Crit fail.
No.
You know what? I'll burn one. I don't want a crit fail.
As I reach for my damage die.
Success.
All right. You swinging your spear in the way? As these hooves kind of like lash out at you in an attempt to strike you in the hip, or like the kidneys and hip area, you're able to swing your spear haft around and it clunks against the shaft. You feel this like vibrating impact from it, but you are able to hold firm. It's going to push itself up, not all the way, but just to where its front hooves are down. Takes a deep breath and opens its mouth, unleashing this torrent of just thick green bilious cloud. Roll of resolve.
The horse
toughness.
or the man did?
The horse.
Toughness.
Yep.
Resolve or?
No, resolve. Okay. No, toughness, sorry. Not resolve, toughness.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Nope.
Success.
Fail by 8.
11 damage.
Shit, I didn't do any of my damage threshold. Wrong bonus. Snakes was that? Okay, good. It's still the same. And 11? Mm-hmm. Bastard got through.
You take a deep breath in shock from this cloud and you inhale it into your lungs. And it's instantly like searing pain through your chest. You feel something like almost like coating the inside of your lungs like warm liquid. And with that, your head begins to kind of spin a moment. And you have to shake your head to try and keep your vision straight. You lose 1 AP.
Savage. Those are spent.
And it's going to, the rider, darling, is going to make a slash at you. Going for your upper thigh with its saber. That is a success.
I'm dropping the shield down. With a success.
As it slashes at you with its saber, you're able to dunk and like soak the blow in your shield. That takes it back to you, darling.
Okay. And he's still halfway down on the floor?
Yep.
Kinda the same thing as Nate. I'm gonna try and overhand that Morning Star into the gut.
Okay.
And that is a fail.
You swing around, attempting to crash the Morning Star into the gut of the horse, but the rider's scimitar or saber finds its way in between your haft and its body.
Okay. Can I reach up to the rider?
Yeah.
Seeing as it's halfway down? Okay, then I'm gonna swing the Morning Star around at his head. Also a fail.
You just do a simple loop-de-loop.
Woohoo!
Once for the stomach. Oh, no, I'm going to go for the head. And he just simply raises the saber and blocks again, shedding off your Morning Star to the side. Nate.
If I take my pack off and pop a tincture, do I get my AP back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that, and then that in turn burns one.
That you delve into your pack, reaching deep, grabbing those little vials of clear liquid, pull it out, pop the cork, and just chug that shit.
Do not breathe in the cloud, Hannah! The horse is still on the ground, yeah?
It's halfway up. It
Okay.
pushed itself up onto the front hooves, and then spewed that shit out into the room. But its back half is still kind of lying, getting ready to push itself the rest of the way up.
Am I in reach of the rider?
Yeah. Rider's low enough. Especially with a spear.
No, I mean, can he reach me?
With the man catcher that's still stuck in the wall?
Oh, that's right, he's got a man catcher. Okay. So it's safe to say I want to attempt to reload, but I'll be out of AP. Will he be able to hit me next turn, probably? Suppose he
Well,
could
if you're
spend
reloading,
one
he
to
gets
get
an
up.
attack of opportunity. The horse does.
The horse, he's going to like strike his hooves at me?
Or something.
I will not. I think we went over this last time. I don't remember where we landed on it. Can I wield my shield while still having this cannon attached to my arm?
Probably not,
Okay.
considering it's strapped onto your arm. So you'd have to strap your shield onto your arm. Because you do have a kite shield, not the handled version. You could hold it kind of loosely, but I don't know. I wouldn't try it.
I'll just stick using two-handed.
Okay.
With that... I got a clear shot at the throat of the horse.
Yeah.
I'll attempt to stab at the throat of the horse. Two-handed, leaning into it. And I do.
It's going to attempt to defend itself. That is a success. As you go thrusting in for the throat of the horse, it reaches around and bites the haft and then attempts to yank it from your grasp. Roll an athletics check.
Okay. No.
And with that, it doesn't go far, but it goes into the room a ways. Almost like maybe a little bit ways past the horse where the original dais was set, where the bowl has currently launched its contents all over the wall.
That's what we call a bummer. How do you feel about a flaming horseman?
That sounds awful.
I'm running out of options.
Are you good with martial melee?
Yeah.
I could talk to my mortuary sword.
What are you still got a mace, huh? Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you have any EP left?
I have one.
Use it.
Okay.
If you want to toss him your sword.
Do you?
Yep.
All right.
So with that, you hear her Morningstar or her mortuary sword clear its sheath, shing, and launch your way as the spear clatters into the ground.
The mortuary sword has a +1 to damage right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I sharpened it and I
yeah,
haven't
okay.
used it yet.
Word. Is that just a flat +1 to whatever I roll?
+1
No,
to
damage.
damage.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Such as if you roll a 4,
It's a 5.
it'll be 4 plus your thing. Yeah.
Okay.
+5.
Word. Much appreciated, Hanna!
Roll a coordination.
Maybe not appreciated yet. Nailed it. 21.
And you land your hand right into the basket hilt of the sword. Shing! And now you're ready for combat yet again.
The order provides! Praise the Trinity! I saved my last AP.
Understood. The horse is going to get the rest of the way up. And can't rear due to the lower ceiling. So it's going to... Yep. Going to attack you, darling. Going for a stab. Success.
Nothing I can do.
6.
I gotta have that special talent to parry for her, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay.
19 damage.
19? Okay.
Is it just 2? Nice.
The blade streaks forward in an attempt to spear you right through the chest. But just out of your sheer will, you're able to tuck down, and it just grazes your shoulder, causing a little bit of blood to start eliciting from the bottom of your mail. Nate, the horse is going to come in an attempt to bite at your face.
I would like it not to.
That's a critical success.
That is unfortunate.
You might critically succeed. You never know.
I don't.
Oh, dude, so close. Yeah, its mouth opens up far too wide, far wider than a normal horse's mouth, and you can see these, like I said, jagged white chisels for teeth comes rushing in and attempts to bite at your face.
Nice.
I've had
9.
horses do that.
Soaked.
As it does, you're able to rest your handle up. Well, here, this is what we've been doing. You don't soak it. What do you do?
Okay. As it goes for my face, I'll lift the cannon up and try to block its, I don't want it to bite the cannon, but, give it something too large to fit its mouth around.
And with that, you can see the teeth scraping down. You see one and chip, sending the piece of enamel up the ramp. And with that, it bites a few times at the cannon, but then pulls its head back.
Take that, foul beast! Your teeth are nothing for my order-crafted cannon!
Darling.
Okay. I'm going to swing my Morning Star at the horse's head. I'm going to try and hit it in the eyeball.
As it's like biting
Oh,
at
that
it.
might be a little hard for me to reach if I'm off to the side, huh?
No, you guys are like right next to each other.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. In the eyeball with the Morning Star.
Going
for it. Fail! I'm trying again. Still same numbers. I rolled a 63 both times.
Yeah! And the saber, again, finds its way directly in between it and knocks your Morning Star away.
Curse McDougan's order training.
Can I reach the other leg with my Morning Star?
The opposite one?
Yeah, 'cause
that's going to be pretty hard. I'd say at a 15.
At a 15? Okay, then can I go for the same one and try and damage it more?
Yeah.
I failed by 1.
Damn.
As you do, simply paws at the ground as it's attempting to bite Snape's face, and your Morning Star, wham! Slams into the ground.
That's it. That's all I got.
That would be Nate's turn.
Okay. I guess I should say what I'm doing, but I'm attacking it. I will, Is it gnashing its mouth at all? Mm-hmm. Or I will attempt to stab into the mouth. No, it's going to bite my spear. I will not do such
You
a
have
thing.
your sword.
That's right. I got a mortuary sword now. Questionable. I'll just go right under the maw, right under the jaw for its throat.
Alright.
So hit it if it's got AP to
Oh, you
not
got
get
it?
hit or something. Yeah.
It's going to try to defend. And it fails.
Good. Suck a dick, horse. $13.
13.
And the vicious. Nope.
You thrust upward with the mortuary sword and attempting to hit the underside of its jawline, attempting to sever some of those arteries. And you sink it in, and you can see a nice gash slice open across some of the tendons and meat, which is now withering and drying up into these like thick cords. And as you slice, you can see a thick trickle of coagulating blood begin to pour down from its throat. It does not seem fazed by the pain, but it does seem very intent on eating your face.
And is my spear within the engaged range of this horse? Like, can I move within the range without ever leaving combat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slip around.
Yeah. I'll slip over towards it.
You slip around the horse, and with that, its head follows you. The teeth right behind your head. You can actually feel it touching the brim of the hat as you do. And with that, you make it to the edge of the spear.
And I'll hold there with my last AP.
Okay. Darling, as you see the horse beginning to turn its head, the human body like snaps, crackling in an attempt to still face you as its body has now like facing two separate directions. It's going to attack you and fail.
Reward. That's it.
That's a success.
Is it attacking with the man catcher or the sword?
The man catcher's stuck in the wall.
Oh, okay. So
This
the
is
sword.
its saber.
I will parry it and success with a 9.
Nice.
Easily strikes off the boss of your shield, thunking into the wood. You feel the saber shed off. This one's coming for you, Nate.
Just try it, horse.
18, success.
Attempt to parry. We good.
As you reach down, grab your spear, you know that mouth of that horse is still coming in hot. Snap, snap, snap! What do? You can tell that the moment you stop and start standing up, the mouth is just opening in an attempt to bite down on your shoulder.
Similar with the cannon, but this time with the half of the spear. Spin it vertical and put it in front of the face of the horse.
So that way it just kind of snaps on nothing. Mm-hmm. You can see the teeth are like scraping little grooves into the wood haft of your spear, but it successfully sheds off the head, and it comes incredibly close to your face, snapping once before pulling back. It's going to spend this AP in an attempt to kick you. That's a fail.
Okay.
As you defend against this, the being that has morphed with the horse on top, you see the back legs kind of spring up for a second, and then the rear hops up off the ground, and you can see this pair of hooves coming for your head, but you're able to duck underneath, and it smashes into the wall. You see dust begin to rain down around you. That takes it back to you, Darla.
Okay. Where is the man catcher in comparison to me? Is it on the opposite side of the horse?
Like Nate, man catcher.
Okay.
Nate was here. Where Nate was standing, it's right on his, where it would be to his right.
I am going to run for the man catcher.
You take a step over to the right and grab the man catcher.
Okay. Can I do that all in one AP?
Mm-hmm.
Even the weapon swap, because I'll have to put my Morningstar away to pick up.
You're close enough that it acts as a weapon swap. Like, it's right there.
Okay. Then I am going to try and loop the man catcher over the man part of this amalgamation.
You just shoving it forward. Mm-hmm. Man catchers are built like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
so
I was thinking
around the
like
neck.
kinda, I was thinking more like a dog catcher where it's got the loop on it. Okay, then I will try and catch him.
On his neck?
Mm-hmm.
Roll it.
What am I? Coordination?
No, simple melee.
Simple melee? Okay.
Very similar to a spear.
I want to crit on my two-handed spear so bad. I'm so ready for it. I know exactly what I want to happen.
That is a... God damn it. Last one. Success.
Nice.
Success?
Yes.
Alright. You shove forward and the man catcher goes and wraps around the skeletal face, which just has like nothing but raw tissue and flesh connecting it together. And there you are.
Okay. I'm gonna use my last AP to pull. I'm trying to like either rip off the head or rip the body off the horse, one of the two. I don't even care. I'm just pulling.
Rolling athletics.
Success.
And it failed, so roll
Nice.
damage.
Just my D6.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Damn.
8. As you begin to pull, you see that it's beginning to like curl the flesh and wrinkle it around the sides of its neck, and with that, the two little bladed pinions on either side rake through, and a huge spout of blood erupts from either side. But it is fine.
Okay. That's it. That's all I've got. I have no more AP.
Nate.
So it did or didn't take damage there?
It did not.
Okay. Horse is still standing. I'll go for the horseman this time. I have yet to attack him, and I really want that crit because I know what I want it to do. And I'll go ahead and try to stab right into his shoulder.
The horses?
No, the man's.
Oh, the rider's shoulder
Yeah.
with your spear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck you, so close. Success, though.
Yes. Burn them. Burn them the wall.
That's a success on the parry.
Okay.
As you thrust with your spear, the horse knocks its head to the side, clattering it against the shaft, diverting it from the rider's back.
Then
I will wield back and sort of backhanded try to slice the side of the horse. Oh,
Your AP.
I guess that refreshed, huh? 1, 2.
Roll it.
I do not, though. And I will not.
As you do, just goes wide. You're unable to gain control of the spear after the horse knocked it away. Try to swing it around, and it just goes wide.
Backhanded maneuver, a little awkward. All right, holding last AP.
Nate. The horse moves forward. That was a success on an attack.
The horse coming? Same maneuver, tried and true.
You can't. Well, what is your problem?
Oh, well, 6.
6?
Yeah.
Unfortunately not.
All right,
this thing is coming for you with like a leaping
I got you.
bounce. You can dodge if you want.
Oh, okay. With a nat 1.
So agile! If only you could see me, Robert!
And with that, as it lunges forward into the purple flames, you slip to the side and watch this just like foul body land like right next to you. Now the rider can like turn to his left and face you.
I did burn it.
And the rider, considering that he was all twisted up, is going to unwind himself in a violent slash at you, Nate. That's a critical success.
No AP.
Oh man. Soak. Ooh.
Okay.
6.
Definitely taking something.
17.
Taking 2, just barely. That puts me at moderate.
Moderate? He's slashing high, so you get a slash across your left arm as he was twisted in a weird way this way, so as he'd come around, the sword slash down, you feel a big slice through your upper shoulder. It hurts, and it's now going to be, I'd say, any like two-handed attack you make is going to be at a 15.
Okay.
Just from the pain of the wound. It's going to try to disengage from you and head to the other side of the room.
Oh, all right. Attack of opportunity?
It succeeded on a coordination.
Okay.
So as it lunges away from you, you're able to try and like slash out at it, but it's a little too quick. Lands on the opposite side of the chamber. Spins back around, both faces aiming towards both of you. You now have purple flame licking up between you and this beast. And that's its turn.
Is there a way around this cauldron of witchfire? Okay, because I don't want to run through it now. I'll go around.
Moving up to it? Just strolling up to it, or
No, I'm running.
okay?
And I'm going to try again. Same thing with the man catcher trying to catch the dude.
Okay.
With a critical success.
Damn. Okay. We'll see.
I want
Nope.
that crit.
There you go.
Plans.
And holding there.
You rush forward, lunging with the man catcher, and it slips around the man's throat. I guess if you could call him a man. But it slips into the same place. You can see it kind of like thrashing, pulling its head back in an attempt to remove itself from the end of the man catcher.
Okay.
But to no avail.
Okay. That's all I'm going to do for this turn.
Okay.
How much AP to reload the cannon?
I think we figured it 4.
Okay.
You're out of fucking range, like, now I'm gonna load, bitch. We'll say 4 and a willpower.
Huh?
Or 3 and a willpower.
Oh, okay. Nah. I'll burn the 3 and another one next turn.
McDougan, this is your final chance! Come to your senses, man!
He hisses.
You must be in there
He
somewhere!
hisses and thrashes. He's rattling the saber across the man catcher, just absolute enraged. That's it?
That's all my AP.
Darling. That's a success. The creature is, as you are shoving back on the head, you feel the horse's head coming down to bite at one of your legs.
Okay. Can I dodge while maintaining my hold?
You can try, but it's going to be at a 20.
Okay. That was a 96. No.
That's one of its attacks. Oh! 9.
Stupid
9.
horse.
I am at moderate.
Damn.
You feel the bite, these fucking just massive chiclet teeth, sink into your leg, and you can feel the muscle instantly bruise and blood beginning to pull into the skin. And with that, the creature is going to attempt to fling you into the fire.
Into the fire?
Into the fire.
Into the fire!
Fuck! Oh, that was my last AP to try and dodge.
Roll in athletics.
Athletics.
Wait, what is your bronze? 6?
The brawn bonus is 6. Yeah.
So 20.
20.
Athletics at a 20.
Okay. Crit success with another 33.
Damn.
Stupid horse.
So with that, you're able to turn your leg. You can feel that the teeth have hooked around the shin bone and have sunk into the calf behind it. And with that, you quickly yank your leg around, taking a little bit of skin, even with the armor on top of it, off of your shin bone. And with that, the teeth and blood blister the fuck out of you as they snap down, clink, on the edge of your skin. We'll say you cannot run for the duration of this fight because of the wound. He's going to try to kill the man catcher. Is that a fucking 80?
Nice.
So,
He's going to make a slash at you. Yep, there's going to be a more, saber strike coming at you, but it's going to be at, I say, a 25. That is a fail. That was a 13. So, as this horse, like, rips a portion of your fucking, like, shin bone tissue off, and then, like I said, just gives you the worst blood blister you have ever felt on the side of your calf, you feel the man catcher beginning to yank and pull in your grasp, but despite the pain, you're able to hold on and keep the man catcher around its neck. But at that point, the saber comes slashing in, and you're able to lean as it hits nothing but air. Your turn.
same thing as last time, attempting to pull.
Attempting to
Pulling the
pull.
man catcher, yeah. No.
Damn.
Is the horse's head still anywhere near me?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, holding the man catcher in one hand, I'm gonna try and swing my shield down and like kind of smash the nose away from me. The nose of the horse away from me.
Roll in athletics at a 15.
Okay. No.
Now roll your simple melee attack.
That one's a success.
So as you let go of the man catcher from one hand in an attempt to launch your shield underneath of it in this really awkward angle, you smack the horse on the end of the nose. It's going to try to reduce the damage. And it does. You feel it move its head back in an attempt to get away from the attack, and it just simply grazes one of its desiccated nostrils. And at that point, the rider pulls the man catcher from your grasp and removes it from his neck. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Nate? Is it loaded with nails?
It is. I wish I had cannonballs, but I don't. Rand is in the way a little, huh?
be like a fail hits her or a crit fail.
Depends on where you hit.
I mean, I'll aim for the rear section of the horse, minimizing the chance.
Okay.
Okay.
Chaos die at a 6.
Fuck you, Chaos die. 4, 6, 7, 8, plus vicious. Nope. 16 damage.
Nice.
That's 1 for shooting.
I seem to have lost my pencil.
It's on your book.
No, that one's marking off a spot. I had another one. No, I got one. It's just I want the one that I had, and I don't know what I did with it.
Let's see.
You wait, 16?
Oh, I stole your pencil somehow? Yes, 16. I have 2. I don't know.
As you, what is that? Yeah, this is the one right there. As you fire the cannon, the cacophonous blast fills the chamber. You do not hit a chaos die of 6, so Miranda is unscathed.
Oh, beautiful.
Nails zing around you, darling. Across the stone behind you, into the ceiling above, and across the floor at your feet. Sparks fly everywhere. And the back leg is mulched. You can see instantly the creature starts favoring that leg, flopping around. You can see that portions of intestine from where the nails have gone sideways through its torso are now like flopped out and dangling, ripped and torn.
I love it when they show their guts.
Disturbing.
Anything else?
Saving the last AP.
Man catcher, baby. Coming at you.
Parry. With a 3.
That's very nice. As the man catcher comes in, looking to loop its way around your neck, you raise your shield and dink, knock it upwards. The horse is going to try to bite you in the stomach cavity. Fail. Snap! You hear the teeth clack just in front of where your soft belly tissue is. And with that, it's going to paw at you for another attack. That is a success.
There's nothing I can do.
Nine.
I am seriously wounded.
As its hoof rises up from the snapping teeth, it then rears its head back in an attempt to get one leg off the ground. And wham! The hoof hits you just at the rib, and you feel one of your ribs crack. Roll a coordination test.
20. Yes, success.
You stumble backwards, but it simply takes a foot falling behind you to steady yourself. Just a moment. It's going to burn a willpower and use Keening Wail. Both of you roll a resolve.
No.
The rider's head rears back, realizing the pain that you have just inflicted, Nate, and it lets out this ghastly, long, keening wail that reverberates off the chamber. Both of you take... Oh, that's the wrong one. Ooh. 6 peril damage.
Soaked.
Nice.
Wait, I don't know if I reworked that. Oh, still soaked, but just barely.
So I also take 1 corruption.
One corruption.
Yep.
Weak lungs.
When you suffer physical peril, move 1 additional step down the peril track and 1 corruption.
Damn.
But you soak.
Oh, so I take 2.
Oh, that's a
I'm in
mental peril, yeah. The fear that this thing makes you feel, darling, makes your lungs seize in your chest, and an old injury from an original cracked rib causes a wheeze. Suddenly your lungs struggle to catch up, and you feel shaky. There's a pain all through your chest that feeds out into your limbs and your legs. Your turn.
What does that do for me as far as the injury track is concerned?
What do you mean?
Like, what do I take for an injury? Like, what is that going to hinder me on?
Oh,
Cracked rib.
we'll say flip to fail melee. Oh no, flip to fail athletics. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, oh, fuck, this fight just got way
brutal.
harder. Okay. My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Pulling out the Morning Star. And, yeah, swinging for the horse's head again. I want to try and see if I can get one of those spikes to get right behind the dumb lump.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
What?
I failed.
Yeah.
And
You've got
that's
2
the end of
AP.
my turn. No, because I had to use one to pull out my Morning Star and then another to attack. And I'm saving one for defense.
Right. Nate, there you go.
Is it too janky to say, since I wasn't attacked last time, can I put my remaining AP towards a reload?
You would have to have specified that before.
I figured. Alright. Reloading. One more. Regular, I got not a cannonball, but regular balls rather than nails.
You begin pouring the, what, you got balls like buckshot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one of those shot canisters.
Mm-hmm.
You begin pouring powder down the cannon's barrel, getting the wad ready for a big old load of buckshot. The saber comes slashing in at your head and cuts off a few locks of blonde hair. The horse goes in for a bite with an 8.
And to try and parry the field. That's a fail.
$13.
I am not grievously wounded.
So you can now see her through the flames in front of you. She just takes a massive kick to the stomach. And as she begins to duck down, a lock of her hair gets cut free. And as she begins to fall, the horse bites down under her shoulder. You hear a loud, resounding snap! And the head begins to pick her up. It's got you grappled now.
Okay.
You can see her dangling from the horse's mouth, and the rider's raising his blade, ready to stab her directly through the chest.
I just realized I have no mercy. For one.
Oh, big.
Never
Damn.
called that, yep.
Yeah,
But
damn.
I also have hard to kill, so I now get a +3 to my damage threshold.
Nice.
I'm grievously wounded.
Hell yeah.
So what's my injury now? Broken
You're a
collarbone?
pit fighter, right?
Yeah.
You should really mind your skills.
I'm out of fortune, so I can't
You're not out
do
of
the...
fortune. You spent some after you had been wounded.
Yeah, but now I'm out, so I can't
Yeah,
do
but it would have
the
moved you up the
thing.
track.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that next time.
We said broken collarbone, right?
Yeah. Fractured collarbone. Your right arm goes dead. Dangling from your side. The Morning Star clatters to the floor. That's its turn. It's your turn, baby.
So flip to fail. Now that I'm
No, you
working
cannot
left
use
hand.
your right hand.
Okay, well I understand
Your right
that,
arm
but
is
it's a
dead.
flip to fail with my offhand, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You were dangling from its mouth. You can feel the pain searing through your body, coursing through your torso as the broken collarbone begins to shift and puncture, driving into the nerves and that artery that runs inside of there. You are coming painfully close to death.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's been your turn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot
good.
I go right after the
A little
horse.
stunned from a broken collarbone.
Yep. I still got my shield right at that horse's face.
Roll it.
Bash, bash, bash.
Done.
It's a lantern shield, right? Super
Critical
spiky, lots of danger
success.
shit. Nice.
What?
Hell
I got a
yeah.
critical success.
Fucking right.
That is not.
Suck a dick, horse.
Wait.
Yeah. Learn that shit, stupid horse.
40. Roll damage.
10.
This is going to
Another
be...
one, right? Crit.
Oh.
Yeah, 2. And then plus your brawn bonus.
6.
Hell yeah.
16.
Best shield bash anyone's ever fucking
19.
seen.
19?
Yeah.
You watch her get lifted up. Her, you can see that her vision is fading. You know that artery is running right there from your time as being a priest and being a healer. You know that one simple flinch of that horse's mouth could kill her. And she obviously reaches into somewhere deep inside of her, this fucking pit. From the pits that she came from. Rears back her shield and... Ah! And with a loud, resounding snap, you see the horse's head. And it stumbles. The rider... And it falls to the ground.
Did I kill it?
Dead.
Oh, that was sick.
And with that, you... Roll a resolve check.
Oh my god.
Falling back down. You feel your arm lower several inches as you crumple to the floor.
Oh, God, it's a fail.
And you fall back. Perf!
Okay, I
the
never
ground.
suffer physical peril from a failed toughness. Oh, it was a resolve. Never mind, so I pass out.
And with that, the final blow dealt to this knuckle of you. You pass out, falling onto your back.
Hell yeah.
And the creature is slain.
Fucking awesome. That was epic.
Right? I was wondering, this is getting close.
Yeah.
It's getting ugly. I
This
was
is
about
getting
to
really
not
bad.
good.
reload, pour my oil pot into my shot,
Oh, nice.
slide under the horse's head and
Through
go
the
for the
flames.
shot.
Ow!
That would have been fucking
Shield
epic,
bash
though.
from God. That was awesome.
Fucking critical success. 6. I'm so glad you said 2. What would you have rolled? What was your damage on the first roll?
For the first one, it would have been 16. But then I rolled that 3
Which added to
afterwards,
19.
which added up to 19.
Nice job.
Hell yeah. It was awesome.
Oh, they're just so fucked up right now.
What do you do,
So
Nate?
fucked up. She's obviously dead.
There's no saving her now.
No way.
May her
she
soul
survived
rest
this.
with the 3.
Yeah, gather her up. Slowly carry her, hobbling on my boar spear and her over my shoulder.
The one bitch that was chained up.
Oh, yeah. Where are you?
You guys make your way up the ramp. And as you get to this next level up, roll a scrutinize check.
Fail by 3. You know what?
Soul power.
Crit success.
This a crit success?
Yeah.
This time you see that there are little stone holes, like a ladder, in a portion of the wall that is doused in blood. And you see that there's a wooden flap that is left wide open now. She is nowhere in sight. She is gone.
Look for that at all.
Nailed it.
With that, you make your way up. It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard as fuck. You have to slip your boar spear into your pack and let the lugs hang off of it. But with her over one shoulder, you get to the top, flop her off to the side, and pull yourself up to this secondary balcony. Gathering her up again.
Mm-hmm.
You pick her up, start heading towards the door. You return back to the town, I take it?
Yes.
What do you say to everyone? What is your departing words?
Well, I first want to go get medical help from Vinderhall?
Vendor Hall.
Vendahill.
Vendahill.
Yeah, Hill. Vendor Hill.
Yes.
And he does.
That's right.
With some elven magics and potions, he's able to bring you back from the brink of death, darling. Erase your broken collarbone. And you will now be healed by the next time we play.
Okay.
She's passed out. But you know where the horses are. Everyone watches as you drag her in to this place. You can see that she is insanely bruised. Like the broken collarbone is bruising all the way up into the jaw. There's now these just dimples in her flesh from where the teeth had wrapped around her upper chest.
There's that. There's the ribs. There's the leg.
Like I said, it's pretty solemn, as the elf does his duties. And heals you, darling. I'm going to roll a medicine check. That is barely a success for a first level healer. So, you have a successful surgery, and your arm will return to normal.
Okay.
If not, it would have just been dead and hanging off.
Oh my god! Well, I retire. That's the way to do it.
Can't do no fighting in the pit.
Could always get a cannon attached to your shoulder.
Yeah, that is a fact. Or I could learn to write left-handed and become a scribe.
Hell yeah. Gather her up. I'm going to buy a horse. Biggest horse that guy can sell me. Pack her up. Tie her
Attached to
down.
Asshat's wagon.
Yeah, I suppose we promised to drag him home. Yeah, free that.
I'm passed out. I don't know shit.
But the hill bids you farewell and thanks you for your respect.
Is the bartender and everyone else here to see us off, the pipe smoker and all that?
Yeah.
We never did find the long-haired creature.
No.
No,
Good point.
we did not.
Not important. For Alger Solberg and Hanna, the pit fighter of the three, has saved this small town. You are not indebted to us, but perhaps you will tell our tale.